Backdoor finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven at a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Out to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found another goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good.
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Friday morning. Welcome back to the Fargo Dome. It's day 2 of the individual state wrestling tournament and our Irie Insurance pre-match show here as our second day of consolation rounds, or our third round of Wrestlebacks, I should say, is getting underway between the girls and the boys. And wrestling right now over on the boys side, mat number 9, Eric Hoffman from Larimore against Rodney Wolf from Kindred. That's 195 pounds. Also Jonathan Smith from Des Lacs Burlington, Landon Potasic from Oaks, Carter Ingebrigtsen from Harvey Wells County, and Clayton Grove from Williams County. While on the girls' side, mat number 4, it's Jaylee Jetty from Bismarck Century, Sadie Richmond from Minot. The girls starting at 170. Hannah Seafeld from Ellendale Edgley Column against Lexus Reynolds from Northwood. Brooke Bundy from Valley City against Cassie Bartholomew from Central Cass. We'll tell you where teams are standing into this round of Wrestlebacks, but our matches, these Wrestleback rounds really get underway quick with that 1-minute first period and some quick starts here with a full night of rest, Brent. These wrestlers reeling to go, and we already have a lot of scoring happening here after that first minute.
Yeah, there's still points left out there on the mats for these teams to get back into this team race, with South Border and Lisbon trailing New Salem Almont. Also a big day on the individual side for the wrestlers, as this is what determines their state placing and their spot on the podium.
Yeah, a lot going on here, and it starts with this Wrestleback round. For some of these wrestlers, as you mentioned, Lisbon, New Salem, Almont, South Border, they're all jockeying for those top 3 spots, and tournaments are won and lost here in the Wrestleback round, and we do have a victory for Cassie Bartholomew from Central Cass. She gets a win over Brooke Bundy via fall at 190. Central Cass, speaking of trying to finish in the top 3, Central Cass third at 112, Minot second at 136, Bismarck 148. That is on the girls' side here of this tournament. So our first final for the girls' Wrestleback round here, and it's Cassie Bartholomew from Central Cass picking up the victory at 190.
Yeah, mat number 9, Rodney Wolf trails 6-2 there in the second period with 38 seconds. He's wrestling Eric Hoffman from Larimore. And that match is on mat number 9, 195-pound. Winner of this moves on to the consolation semifinal matches. And then the non-winners go for 7th and 8th place.
Hannah Seafeld from Ellendale Edgley Cullum, a 5-2, make that a 7-2 lead over Lexus Reynolds from Northwood. Mat number 8, Brinley Bouchier from Bismarck against Emma Osher from from Fargo. No score there at 250.
Yeah, mat number 10, Landon Potasic's tied up 2-2 in the second period with 54 seconds remaining. And both wrestlers currently on their feet. He's wrestling Jonathan Smith from Des Lacs Burlington, a freshman.
And Hannah Seafeld from Ellendale Edgley Cullum, the EEK wrestler, picking up the win via fall. So Hannah Seafeld on to the next round of the Wrestlebacks at 170 pounds.
Yeah, Rodney Wolf trails 8-2 now in the third period. Start of the third period, he's going to be in the top position as Eric Hoffman, the senior from Larimore, chooses bottom to start our third period.
So here's the schedule for today. We'll have 2 rounds of Wrestlebacks, and then the placing round followed by the championship matches, which are set to begin around 3:30 here today. So 3:30 start time for the championship matches. I believe 3 o'clock is introductions, 3:30 is mat time to get things rolling.
Just update start of our team scores today on the Class B boys side. New Salem Almont with 158 points, Lisbon in second, 131, South Border with 116 points, Velva in 4th place with 90, and in 5th place, rounding out the top 5, Minot Bishop Ryan with 75.
Yeah, New Salem Almont had a great showing yesterday in the semifinals. Great showing on some big head-to-head matches. We know heavyweight was a big head-to-head matchup, and they got the win there when they needed to. So New Salem Almont really trying to vie for that championship and end that streak for Lisbon. The Broncos losing a wrestler in the Wrestleback round, having that loss against AJ Hines, Lyons and Hines there in the semifinals at heavyweight. I mean, a lot of things went the way of New Salem Almont. Broncos not out of it, but it's going to take a lot to claw back in and win that championship.
Yeah, New Salem, Broncos have been used to you're rolling into the state tournament just on fire and then picking it up that second day. And just, things didn't go the way of the Broncos yesterday. New Salem put together an outstanding day. They'll place 10 wrestlers in the tournament. Lisbon is going to place 8, and South Border in third place has 9 wrestlers still in the hunt for a spot on the podium.
So a lot could happen points wise, but again, if you're Lisbon right now sitting in second, you gotta have the best outcome for all your wrestlers still going today, and you gotta hope for a couple upsets the way of New Salem Almont.
Yeah, Lisbon wrestlers just have to take care of business. They just have to go out there, win their matches, and not worry about what New Salem is doing. Just take care of business and focus on what they got to do.
Update over here on the girls' matches. Mat number 4, Caden Schumann from Grand Forks 2, Grace Bercier from Jamestown 1. That is 190. 250 Wrestleback. Alona Meza from Jamestown and Morgan Harvey from Bismarck Century. No score there as the second period underway. At mat 8, 105 pounds, it's Gabby Hanning from Valley City. Alana Lauren from Dickinson. No score there at 105-pound Wrestleback.
Atlanta Patassic is now up 6-4. They're in the third period with 40 seconds remaining. The wrestlers in the situation position with Jonathan Smith working a front headlock, trying to get around the backside of Patassic.
Mat number 9, Hoffman from Larimore, able to advance with an 11-2 win. And going on mat number 9 now at 220 pounds from Central Cass is Haugen going up against Klusman from Ellendale Edgley Cullum here at 220.
And Jonathan Smith ties it up. Final 15 seconds of the third period, so it's tied up 6-6 with Atlanta Patassic from Olds.
I'll look at the girls, look at the Class A side of this tournament. Bismarck, the team leader at 120.5. West Fargo Cheyenne 116. Bismarck Century 110. West Fargo 107.
And we will go on to sudden victory overtime over on mat number 10 between Patassic and Smith. And they are on a Bank North blood time on mat number 10. So we will have to wait a moment here to get this sudden victory overtime going on mat number 10. And mat 11, 285-pound consolation match is Ben Roundy from Kildare wrestling Bryce Prouty from Northern Lights. That's a 2-0 lead for Roundy. And they are in the second period at a minute 10 mark in the second period. Roundy leads 2-0.
Over on mat number 4, there's about 30 seconds left to wrestle. Caden Schumann from Grand Forks at 190. A 7-2 lead over Grace Bercier from Jamestown. Mat number 5, it's Anna Enwich from New Salem Almont against Isabel Miller from South Border. And Miller with the 2-0 advantage. While on mat number 8, Gabby Henning from Valley City. A 4-3 lead over Arana Lauren from Dickinson. That's a 105-pound Wrestleback. So 3 mats going on each division here as well in this Wrestleback. These 2 rounds of Wrestlebacks in the place matches.
Update on mat number 9, Haugen right now down 2-1, but working up top on Klusman here from Ellendale Edgley Cullum. He was able to get 1 point to end the first period. He's starting the upper position here as he's currently working on Klusman, trying to get him across as Klusman was working for the escape, but good grab right now here by Haugen.
Yeah, Patassic and Smith on mat number 10 still in a Bank North timeout as Patassic just being tended to by his coaches. Now we're action underway. So that's victory overtime on mat 10. Patassic hits a snap down. He has Smith down on the mat. Steps over. Gets no officials go to discuss it there on mat 10. So no takedown awarded to Patassic.
Yeah, imagine that. You're waiting for sudden decision overtime, and then you have an injury, blood time, then you go right at him. Patassic came out strong out of the gates.
He did. That first 15 seconds there just came out through everything he had at Smith.
And really, you're just about half a foot away from a takedown in bounds and winning that match. We do have an injury timeout on mat number 4. Caden Schumann from Grand Forks being tended to by the trainer. That's a 190-pound consolation for the girls. Schumann had a 7-5 lead, and they are in injury time over there.
And that'll do it as Jonathan Smith gets around behind Lana Potasic, and he wins by a score of 8-6 in sudden victory overtime. He will go to the consolation semifinals for Wrestlebacks Burlington at 195.
And it looks like we have a final on mat number 5. I believe it will be Isabel Miller, rather Anna Enwich from New Salem Almont. She'll get the win via fall over Isabel Miller at 100 pounds in the consolations. On mat number 8, Gabby Hanning from Valley City, a 5-3 lead over Rana Lauren from Dickinson. They did issue a victory. Grace Bercier from Jamestown will get the win with the medical forfeit on mat number 4 at 190. So she'll get the win, a medical forfeit in this consolation round onto the semis.
Klusman's up 4-1 over Haugen here as they just come across to make sure everyone's good to go with maybe a little bit blood on their back and getting wiped off here as Klusman as he will start up top against Haugen going into the third period. 4-1 right now at the 220-pound weight class on mat number 9.
Mat number 11. It was Bryce Prouty, winner by fall, so he advances to the consolation semifinals at 285 pounds. He wins over Bryce Prouty from Northern Lights.
Mat number 8, Gabby Hanning from Valley City, a 5-3 lead over Arana Lauren from Dickinson. That one in its final 38 seconds. Hanning, if she doesn't get the fall, will get some extra back points here in this 30 seconds to add some insurance to her lead. Mat number 5, it's Alicia Olson from Henninger Scranton 2, Natalie Meyer from Dickinson scoreless. That's the first period of 110-pound wrestleback. Well, mat number 4, wrestleback at 100. Emily Ubadi from Bismarck Legacy against Brooklyn LaFrenz from Mandan.
And mat number 11, 113-pound consolation is Drew Carr from Carrington, sophomore wrestler Dean Dumas, a junior from Kildare. Dumas leads at 2-0 in the first period with 15 seconds remaining. Dumas currently in the top position on Carr.
And it'll be a final. Gabby Hanning will win. Hanning will win 8-3. So Hanning, the winner, 8-3 on mat number 8.
And mat number 10, 285-pound consolation match between Jeff Drzuski from Larimore and Gabe Lakaduk from Velva. That match in the second period with a 2-0 lead for Grzuski. Both wrestlers currently on their feet in the center of the mat.
Klusman able to get Haugen on a cradle and finish him off with a fall in the third period at 220 pounds. So from Ellendale, I just call him Klusman moving on here over Haugen here on mat number 9.
Yeah, Klusman, a tough wrestler out of Region 1. Ellendale Edgley Cullum, I believe, is in the top 10 right now. They're number 7 currently right now on team points. So they've had a good showing here in this individual tournament. Update on the girls' mats. Mat number 4, Emily Ubani from Bismarck Legacy. In the second period, leads Brooklyn LaFrenz from Mandan 4-0. That's a 100-pound wrestleback. Mat number 5, 110-pound wrestleback. Alicia Olson from Henninger Scranton 5. Natalie Meyer from Dickinson scoreless. That one gets a restart in the second period. Mat number 8, 105-pound wrestleback. Avery Jacobson from Rugby 2. Jocelyn Boyer from Northwood scoreless.
And mat 11 between Drew Carr and Dean Dumas. Dumas in on a double leg takedown on Carr at the minute mark of the second period. He gets around for a 2-point takedown. He's up now 4-0 at 113 pounds on mat 11. And we do have a final on mat 10, it looks like. As Gabe Lakaduk wins by fall over Jeb Grzuski from Larimore. He'll move on to the consolation semifinals at 285 pounds.
Over on mat number 5, Alicia Olson from Henninger Scranton trying to get a fall over Natalie Meyer from Dickinson. And she did score some near fall points. Her lead at 8-0. That one in the second period just coming to an end at the 110-pound wrestleback for the girls.
Mat 10, 106-pound consolation round. Logan Potts for Lemoore Lobos out here. The 8th grader got beat in the first rounds, come all the way back through the wrestlebacks. He's wrestling Maddox Campbell, sophomore from Velva. They're wrestlers right off the bat. Potts tries to go an elbow pass. Campbell takes him down for a 2-point takedown. He's up 2-0.
Mat number 9 at 106 pounds from Oaks is Dahlstrom going up against Turnus from Beulah Hazen right now. And it's currently Dahlstrom up 2-0 with 1:30 left in the second period.
This match on mat number 11 between Dean Dumas and Drew Carr. It's a 4-1 lead for Dean Dumas. He's currently over the top. Has a crossface on, goes to work the ankle on Carr. Carr has a high crotch fireman's on, trying to get Dumas over. We got a scramble. Carr's going to step around behind for a 2-point takedown. Now a 4-3 lead for Dumas as Carr is closing the gap. Oh, mat 10. Logan Potts on his back. Max Campbell has the cradle locked up with 7 seconds remaining in the first period.
For the girls, Emily Ubadi from Bismarck Legacy in the third period leads Brooklyn LaFrenz from Mandan 5-3. Mat number 5, Alicia Olson from Edinger Scranton 8, Natalie Meyer from Dickinson 0. And that one into the final minute of the third period. Well, mat number 8, Avery Jacobson from Rugby 6, Jocelyn Boyer from Northwood 3.
Drew Carr ties it up, hits another high crotch fireman on Dean Dumas. Now is at half Nelson, trying to turn him over and get some near fall here with 30 seconds remaining. Carr gets the near fall, so he'll have 2 near fall. He's up 7-5.
So we have blood time here on mat number 9. Turnus from Beulah Hazen will check out and get a 10-2. Dahlstrom with a 3-point near fall currently leads 7-0 as we get to the third period after this blood time here with Turnus for Beulah Hazen.
Mat 11, your winners, Drew Carr by decision 7-5 over Dean Dumas. So the sophomore from Carrington moves on to consolation semifinals at 113 pounds.
Over on mat number 4, Emily Ubadi from Bismarck Legacy 10, Brooklyn LaFrenz from Mandan 3. That one is in the final, it's like the final minute or final 10 seconds of the last period. Mat number 5, Alicia Olson from Edinger Scranton will get the win 10-1. So she is on to the 105-pound next round of the Wrestlebacks. Well, mat number 8, Avery Jacobson from Rugby 6, Jocelyn Boyer from Northwood 5. That is 105-pound Wrestlebacks for the girls' tournaments.
Mat number 10, still a 5-0 lead for Maddox Campbell. Joey Potts currently in the top position. They get a stalemate call, and they'll go back to the center of the mat for a restart. So with 37 seconds remaining in the second period.
Mat number 5 just underway. Adeline Hansen from Lisbon against Bailey Schmidt from Bismarck. That's a 115-pound Wrestleback. By the way, I believe we do have a final, just about a final. Emily Ubadi from Bismarck Legacy leads 10-3, and there is a stoppage for injury time. Adeline Hansen from Lisbon falls behind 4-0 against Bailey Schmidt from Bismarck here in this Wrestleback. As Schmidt got the takedown and then a 2-point near fall, 18 seconds left in the first period there.
From mat 11, 113 pounds is Joey Hyde, Lamar Litchfield Marion. He's in a dogfight with Cale Hayes, currently a 2-0 score in the second period. And Hyde chooses the neutral position to start this second period.
And first period will end between Adeline Hansen from Lisbon and Bailey Schmidt from Bismarck. Schmidt a 4-0 lead. The decision went to Schmidt to begin the period, and I believe she's going to choose. She's going to choose to be up. Yeah, she will be up here to begin this period.
Mat 11, Cale Hayes from Harvey Wells County scores a 2-point takedown, now up 4-0 on Joey Hyde from Lamar Litchfield Marion in the second period at the minute 29 mark. The wrestlers back to the center of the mat for a restart with Joey Hyde from Lamar in the bottom position.
This is coverage of the state wrestling tournament here on yourliveevent.com.
Logan Potts, Maddox Campbell on mat number 10. Potts in the bottom position. Campbell has a leg ride hooked up. He's going to try to drag Potts over, collecting some near fall at the minute 30 mark. So Maddox Campbell adding to his lead. in the third period. Maddox Campbell goes Saturday Night Ride. He's going to win by foul over Joey Potts from Lemoore. So Campbell moves on to the consolation semifinals at 106 pounds.
Bailey Schmidt will get the pin over Adeline Hansen from Lisbon, so Schmidt on to the consolation semifinals at 115 pounds. A final score on mat number 5 after some injury time and some blood time. Emily Yabani from Bismarck Legacy will get the win by a final of 12-3.
Match on mat number 11 between Joey Hyde, Kale Hayes. Hayes still leads us 4-0 as wrestlers start here in the second period and a restart in the second period with 15 seconds.
Turner's down by 7 here at 106 pounds on mat number 9, and he gets the fall with 12 seconds left in the third period against Dahlstrom from Oaks. Dahlstrom was up 7-0, earned a 2-point takedown, then a reversal came by Turner's, able to get proper position on the mat and finish him off with a fall with 12 seconds in the third period here for Beulah Hazen. And coming up next on mat number 9, Kazette from Hillsborough Central Valley going up against Crandall here from Central Cass at 120 pounds.
The start of the third period, Joey Hyde still down 4-0 to Kale Hayes from Harvey Wells County. Hyde in the top position with Hayes working hand control. Now Hyde goes to crossface. Hayes stands up on the far edge of the mat. They go out of bounds for a restart.
This is a first round of Wrestlebacks for the day. It will be round 3 of Wrestlebacks. We'll have round 4 of Wrestlebacks coming up as well today. And then right into the placing round after that. And then about 3 o'clock, they'll start the presentation for the championship matches. And then we will have the championship matches beginning at 3:30.
Yeah, Matt, number 10, 120-pound Kate Elsey from Mondack Thunder taking on Elijah Ramos, sophomore from Killdeer. That's 120-pound consolation round match. They're in the second period with a 1-0 lead for Elsey from Mondack. In mat 11, Joey Hyatt scores 3-point near fall off a cradle. It's tightens the score here. Now it's 4-3 in favor of Kale Hayes as Hayes has a sit out in that situation position. Just trying to work some loss of control or reversal. Hyatt still maintaining control.
Over here in the girls tournament, mat number 4, Mallory DeVries from Central Cass, Kesha Tomac from New Salem Almont. And Tomac leads 2-0 as we are into the second period of that Wrestleback.
Cassette on, Cassette on mat number 9 right now, up 5-0 over Crandall from Central Cass at 120 pounds. But Crandall right now is going to earn 2 points for a takedown and working on top of Cassette as they will go off the mat. So 5-2 Cassette over Crandall with 1:42 left in the second period.
Yeah, Joey Hyde, Kale Hayes still locked in this battle as Hayes was able to score a 2-point reversal, gets out of bounds for a restart. Now he's in control on top with 15 seconds remaining. He's up 6-3 over Joey Hyde, 113-pound consolation round match. And that'll do it. Your winner by decision, 6-3, Kale Hayes over Joey Hyde. Hayes for the Harvey Wells Kearney Hornets advances to the consolation semifinals. Coming up on mat number 11, Griffin Greenlee for the Lisbon Broncos wrestling Kyler Shaleski for the Hettinger Scranton Nighthawks.
DeVries trails Tomac 3-0. 4 seconds left in the match, and we're going to get a restart as the wrestlers will come out of bounds. Over on mat number 5, Kaylee Klingland from Mondack, Brindley Hartstadt from West Fargo United, 125-pound consolation round over on mat number 5, and there is a 4-2 lead for actually 4-4 now. Klingman has tied up Hartstotch. While on mat number 8, Clancy Meyer from Dickinson, Shelby Miller from EEK, and Miller looking to end this one in the first period of the Wrestleback will get 5 points and just misses getting the pin.
Yeah, mat number 10, 120-pound between Elsie and Elijah Ramos. That's a 4-2 score with Elijah Ramos from Kildare in the lead. They're currently on a Bank North timeout with blood time on mat number 10.
On mat number 9 at 120 pounds, Gazette will start in a down position here in this third period, going up against Central Cass's Crandall. Crandall currently down by 5. Gazette leads 7-2.
Mat number 11, the match between Greenlee and Shaleski is still tied up at 0 apiece as a first period ends going into the second. Shaleski's choice on mat number 11. He refers to Greenlee. Greenlee chooses bottom position to start.
DeVries from Central Cass, Tomac in the 110-pound consolation round are in the third period. Tomac leads 3-0. DeVries on top to begin the third period and trying to make up some points for the Central Cass Squirrels.
Greenlee gets stood up on mat number 11, trying to hit a chin whip on Shaleski. Shaleski's going to let it go. It's a 1-0 lead for Griffin Greenlee.
Crandall still down by 5 here on mat number 9 against Gazette. Time starting to run out with 50 seconds left in this third period. Both are up top, and now Gazette does a nice job on the 2-point reversal here to get up 9-2 now on Crandall, and now he can just try to roll them out on top and try to advance to the next round here for HCV.
Tomac leading 3-0 against DeVries there in the final 47 seconds of the third period. They had a restart. DeVries trying to get some back points here.
Greenlee scores 2-point takedown. He's up 3-0, but Shaleski in on a leg on Greenlee. Greenlee's trying to set him up for an elevator. Shaleski just staying down wisely on the mat.
Crandall comes back with a 2-point reversal. Now trails it 9-4, but with 10 seconds left, unable to get Gazette over and try to get the fall, which is what he needs right now. Gazette just hanging out on the mat, keeping himself as big as possible, and that's going to finish it off here at 120 pounds. Gazette able to defeat Crandall 9-4 here, HCV over Central Cass on mat number 9.
DeVries gets a point as Tomac was warned twice for stalling in the final 3 seconds. If DeVries can get a turn, she couldn't make a comeback. She was able to get a turn, but I think they're going to say time is up. The officials look at each other and they both agree that she will not get the near fall point. So DeVries will fall to Tomac by a final of 3-1.
A match between Kate Elsie and Elijah Ramos on mat number 10 is Ramos has built an 11-3 lead. They're currently back into that Bank North blood timeout on mat number 10. Now Greenlee on mat number 11 warned for stalling in the bottom position. He tries to get up to his feet with Shaleski has a chicken wing call potentially dangerous. Back for a restart with 11 seconds to go in the second period.
Other matches here on the girls' side of competition. Mat number 5, Kaylee Klingman from Mondack will get the win over Brinley Harstotch from West Fargo United. Mat number 4, Cambry Feist from Bismarck will wrestle Deegan Kircherman from Valley City. That one underway. Feist will get an early takedown. Mat number 8 about to begin. Bryn Larson from Grand Forks against Lucy Shinarski from Fargo.
And Shaleski and Greenlee locked in this battle on mat number 11. It's a 3-2 lead for Greenlee at the start of the third period. Greenlee chooses top position against Shaleski. And Greenlee goes armbar on Shaleski. Shaleski trying to get to his feet as they're wrestling the edge of the mat right now, far edge of the mat. On the restart there, Shaleski tries to hit a sit out. Now going for a switch on Greenlee. Gets Greenlee down to his hip. Shaleski going hard on the sit out. Greenlee just trying to stop it. Wrestlers to their feet. Schleski 1 point escape now ties it up. It's 4 apiece.
Looking over at mat number 4, Feist extends her lead to 4-0. Feist from Bismarck, Kirchnerman from Valley City. It's a 120-pound wrestleback. We'll get a new match about to get underway on mat number 5. While on mat number 8, Lucy Zarnowski from Fargo leads 2-0 over Bryn Larson from Grand Forks.
Greenlee warned for stalling on mat number 11, so Schleski takes a 1 point lead at the minute mark in the third period. And mat number 10, Riker Vetter, South Border Mustang takes on Jaden Volmer from Harvey Wells County. That's on mat 10, 132-pound consolation round match. And Riker Vetter has Splata locked up on Volmer, working for a pin.
Mat number 8 tied at 2. Larson from Grand Forks. Zarnowski from Fargo tied at 2 at 125-pound wrestleback. Feist from Bismarck, a 4-0 lead over Kirchnerman from Valley City, 120-pound wrestleback. Mat number 5, Tegan Reitenbach from Bismarck. Morgan Schneider from Bismarck Legacy. No score there as the first period of that 130-pound wrestleback about to come to an end.
And with 20 seconds to go in the third period, Schleski has this 4-3 lead over Greenlee. Greenlee drops down to single leg. Edge of the mat, they're going to go out of bounds. As Schleski goes out of bounds. And Greenlee in on the leg on Schleski. Final 12 seconds. Greenlee drops down to an ankle. He's got it secured. Goes over the top. 2 point takedown for Greenlee. And he's up now by 5-4. And he's called with a clasping, so it's going to tie it up. So they go sudden victory overtime on mat number 11, tied up between Schleski and Greenlee. Greenlee in position to score here, trying to hit a go behind on Schleski. Schleski blocking out on Greenlee. Still no points awarded. Greenlee now goes back over the top to get a stalemate, back on their feet. And Schleski, Greenlee tries an elevator on Schleski as he went in on a single leg. So Schleski's able to stuff that, puts Greenlee on his back, now working for the fall. He's up 7-5, so he will win and advance to the consolation semifinals.
Now that clasping just comes back and gets Greenlee. I mean, eyes were on just riding out those final 4 seconds and just made one mistake, and it ends up being a crucial mistake.
Yeah, Griffin Greenlee now wrestling for 7th and 8th place. Oh, mat number 10, Riker Vetter, Jaden Volmer. It's an 11-2 lead for Riker Vetter against Volmer. Volmer scores a reversal. Comes out 11-4 lead at the end of the second period.
Some near fall points coming over on mat number 8 to close out the match. Over on mat number 5. Looks like that mat number 4, but Deegan Kircherman will get the win for Valley City and the Wrestlebacks at 120. Over on mat number 5, we will get a fall. Tegan Reitenbach from Bismarck will get the win at 130 in the Wrestleback for the girls tournament.
Mat 11, Daxton Esslinger, Napoleon Gackle Streeter is up 2-0. Caleb Sarsland, Bowman County. That's in the first period. And now we go to Bank North timeout with some blood time. on mat number 11.
Over on mat number 8, Kennedy Wendell from Carrington, Madison Reams from Bismarck. They are about to wrestle in the 35-pound wrestleback, for the girls tournament. Over on mat number 5, Lois Schneider from Central Cass against Jeannie Keller from South Border. That's a 135-pound wrestleback as well. Currently, the Central Cass Squirrels sit at third with 117 points. For the girls, Minot second, 141, Bismarck 153.
We are back to action. Start of the second period on mat number 11. It's a 2-0 lead for Esslinger. Esslinger stands up right away at the beginning of the period. So Sarsfield able to take him back down to the mat.
And a takedown for Keller over Schneider. And that will be a 2-0 lead now for Keller with 5 seconds left in the first period of that wrestleback.
It's an 18-6 lead for Riker Better at the end of the third period. So Riker Better holds on here. And he will win 18-6 in advanced consolation semifinals at 132 pounds for South Border Mustangs.
Second period will begin at mat 5. Keller and Schneider will be in neutral position.
Wesslinger and Matt 11 with another 2 points. He's up 5-0 over Caleb Sarsland at 132 pounds. Has an armbar locked up. Now goes bar half on Sarsland. And up on mat 10, Carter Wallner wrestling Cooper Breedall for Deslax Burlington. Wallner, senior for the Lisbon Broncos, 27-5. Cooper Breedall, junior for Deslax Burlington, 12-19.
Over on mat number 8, Kennedy Wendell from Carrington has an 8-0 lead over Madison Reams for Bismarck. Reams will get up and gets the escape, makes it 8-1 with a minute to go in the second period of that wrestleback. Jeannie Keller from South Border will get the pin over Lois Schneider from Central Cass, happening just a moment ago. Keller was up 4-0, picking up bad points. We'll end it with the pin at 135. So Keller into the consolation semi, Schneider into the placing round here in this state wrestling tournament.
Mat number 9 at 138 pounds, Brown from Pembina County North going up against Knoll from Beach here, and currently in the second period with 50 seconds left. It's 1-0 off their an escape here for Knoll here for the Beach Buccaneers.
And Wallner trying to come out the back door here at the end of the period, and he's not going to be able to get it. So he does. Wallner awarded 2-point takedown at the end of the period. So Breedall's down 2-0 to Carter Wallner. I should say Carter Wallner takes a 2-0 lead into the second. Breedall's choice, he defers to Wallner. Wallner chooses bottom.
Over on mat number 5, it's Cheyenne Helen from Central Cass against Summer Hannah from Bismarck Legacy at 145 pounds. No score there. About 45 seconds left in that first period of that wrestleback.
And Wallner right away off the whistle stands up, gets a 1-point escape. He's up 3-0, hits a duck under on Breedall, trying to drag him down. Now goes mat return. Takes him down to a mat, right into a tilt. Wallner up 5-0. Now steps over the top on Breedall as he picks up his near fall. Wallner builds an 8-0 lead on mat number 10.
And a takedown comes for Summer Hannah from Bismarck Legacy, leads Cheyenne Helen 2-0. And now it's 2-2 as Helen's going to hit her with the reverse and goes right into back points with 13 seconds left in the first period of that wrestleback. Helen for the Squirrels trying to end this one in the first period, needs extension on that arm of Hannah and will get it. So Cheyenne Helen hits a reversal, gets right to the pin. Helen at 145 onto the consolation semis for the Central Cass Squirrels.
Yeah, Esslinger has an 8-2 lead in the third period with 30 seconds remaining. Caleb Sarsland from Wood County Beach in the top position is situation position. It has the head and chin. They're trying to work a front headlock on Esslinger and get around behind. Now Wallner, mat number 10, has a cradle locked up on Brito. Is going to take him over, does suicide cradle roll, rolls him over, picking up near fall. Now working for the pin is Carter Wallner for the Broncos.
Yeah, Wrestleback round number 3. We'll have 2 rounds of Wrestlebacks today, placing round and championship. So 4 total rounds of wrestling here at the Fargo Dome. Dual tournament begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll have 12 mats going for that one.
And Wallner picks up 3 more near fall at the end of the second period. He's up 11-0 going into the third over Cooper Breedall. Breedall's choice, he chooses bottom on mat 10.
Currently with 37 seconds left in this third period, 138 pounds on mat number 9. Currently from Pembina County North, Brown leads over Knoll from the Beach Buccaneers 2-1 currently again with 35 seconds left in the third period.
Mat number 4, it's Kendra Garcia from Carrington against Victoria Pastors from Delax Burlington at 140. Pastors with the lead of 4-0. About 35 seconds left in the second period of that Wrestleback. Mat number 5 is Jordan Radza from Williston against Paige Spoomer from Bismarck Century. Spoomer with a 2-0 lead in that matchup over there.
Mat 10, Wallner had a leg ride hooked up, was going half Nelson on the far side. Then they just made a technical violation, went to a full Nelson as Beardo was standing up. So now 11-1 score on this restart. Wallner's in the lead at the minute 20 to go in the third period.
Over on mat number 4, second period will end. I'm not sure if Pastors will get some back points or not. They said she won't, so she'll go into the third period of that Wrestleback, leading 4-0 against Kendra Garcia from Carrington.
Yeah, mat 11, the match to watch. 145, Riley Down, the St. Almont wrestling Rocker Aguilar. They're going to the second period scoreless on mat number 11.
And an extra time from Pembina County North. Brown is able to defeat Knoll here from the Beach Buccaneers and move on at the 138-pound weight class on mat number 9. Coming up now on mat number 9 from the Kinder Vikings, Benji going up against Glossman here from South Border. Oh, and this will be at 145.
And Breedall awarded a 1-point loss of control. So 11-2 lead for Carter Wallner. Currently major decision going for Wallner with 30 seconds to go. He's up 11-2 on mat 10. And on mat 11, Rocker Aguilar scores a 2-point takedown. He leads 2-1 on Riley Dahl at the minute 25 mark. They go out of bounds for a restart. That's in the second period. Carter Wallner, 2-point takedown at the end of the third period. He'll move on to the consolation semifinals at 138 pounds, placing in the top 6 as he wins by major decision 13-2 over Cooper Beardall from Deslax Burlington.
Over on mat number 4, Pastors from Deslax Burlington 4, Garcia from Carrington 2. She's on top as Garcia to begin the final period with that 140-pound Wrestleback. Mat 5, Spoomer from Century 3, Raza from Williston 2. That's 155-pound Wrestleback. Well, Caitlin Vetter from Minot and Webbeline McLean from Fargo 140 Wrestleback. That is underway with no score.
Going the second period on mat number 9 at 145 pounds. Glossman over Menji from South Border 2-0 as he was able to get 2 points right before the end of the first period as we go to the second. And Menji for the Kinder Vikings will be starting in the upper position here against Glossman in the second period.
Yeah, mat number 11 between Dahl and Aguilar. It's tied up 2 apiece in the second period with 30 seconds to go as Dahl in the top position situation. Aguilar drives him out of bounds for a restart back in the center of the mat with 28 seconds to go in the second period.
Over on the Class A side, just a team scoring update. Bismarck still in front, 120.5. West Fargo, 117. Cheyenne, 116. I'm guessing we're not going to see a lot of movement from those top 3 teams, as many of them have wrestlers still to come in the next round of Wrestlebacks, as well as wrestling in the championship matches later on this evening.
It's still tied up at 2 apiece on mat number 11 between Dahl and Aguilar as time expires in the second period. And then on mat number 10, Tucker Baumbach wrestling Cale Kovar from the Carrington Cardinals. That's currently scoreless going into the second period on mat number 10. And mat number 11 between Aguilar and Dahl. Aguilar's in the bottom position to start the third. They're working an escape. He gets an escape. He now leads 3-2 at the minute 40 mark in the third period.
Over on mat number 4, Gabby Romans from Jamestown, Jasmine Schaefer from Fargo, about to get started with their match at 155. Mat 5 at 170. It looks like, at 140 at mat number 8. Looks like we have the injury clock being started over there. As now Schaefer and Romans underway. Schaefer a 2-1 advantage on that one. Strike that a 2-0 advantage. Mat number 5, Hannah Schustrom from Jamestown, Sadie Richmond from Minot. It's happening on mat number 5.
Mat number 9, Glassman from South Border will start in the upward position here against Benji from Kindred, currently up 3-0 right now from South Border here for Glassman.
And mat number 11, Riley Dahl takes down Aguilar. It's tied up 5 apiece now. As Dahl ties it up here in the third period with 36 seconds to go. Aguilar starts the bottom position on the restart.
And looks like we will have that match on mat number 8 resume. McLean from Fargo leads better from Minot 4-1. That's a 140-pound wrestleback in round number 2. Again, the trainer was out there and they are able to resume that match.
Mat number 11, still tied up 5 apiece with 17 seconds to go. Rocker Aguilar in the bottom position. Riley Dahl on top. The final 17 seconds of regulation. As Aguilar tries to hit a stand-up, Dahl breaks him back down to the mat.
Glassman working up top on Menji here with 45 seconds left in the third period. Had a 2-point takedown, now extends his advantage at 5-0 right now at 145 pounds on mat number 9.
And we're going to overtime on mat 11 between Aguilar and Riley Dahl. Minute on the clock. The referee gets him in the center, and they start here now. Inadvertent whistle on this restart.
Mat number 4, Jasmine Schaefer and Gabby from Fargo, Gabby Romans from Jamestown. Looks like we're going to have a final there. Romans comes from behind and gets the fall at 155 over Schaefer.
Glassman over Menji 5-0 here on mat number 9. And coming up next here on mat number 9 from the Central Cast Squirrels, Caden Olsen Teamster going up against Ford from Kenmare Bulldogs at 160 pounds.
And Riley Dahl in high crotch single on Aguilar takes it down for 2 points. So Riley Dahl will advance to the consolation semifinal bout at 145 pounds. Currently working for a pin as time expires here in this overtime period.
Over on mat number 4, Hannah Seefeld from EEK at 170 against Isabel Berg from Devil's Lake. That one just underway. Over on mat number 5, Hannah Schustrom from Jamestown, Sadie Richmond from Minot tied at 2. That one's going to go into the second period. Well, mat number 8, 40 seconds left to go in the third period. McLean from Fargo leads 6-3 over Vetter from Minot. That's 140 pounds.
And mat number 10, so 1-0 lead for Cale Kovar, a 152-pound consolation match. They're in the third period. Kovar leads 1-0 over Tucker Baumbach from Tilder.
Cord with quick 4 points here for the Kenmare Bowbells on mat number 9 at 160 pounds against Kanan Olso Tinglestead in the first period with 14 seconds left here in period number 1.
In mat 11, 152 consolation match between Mason Schumeyer from Velva and Emery Knoll, Bowman County Beach, as wrestlers go out of bounds. No score awarded on the takedown attempt. They're in the first period with 38 seconds to go. And now Knoll secured the 2-point takedown. Wrestlers go out of bounds on mat number 11, so Emery Knoll is up 2-0.
Mat number 5. It's Hannah Schustrom right now picking up back points against Sadie Richmond from Minot at 170 pounds. And if Schustrom could tuck that arm, she will get a fall and end this one in the second period. Has about 30 seconds to do it, and we're going to get a whistle. It looks like there will be that fall to end it. So Hannah Schustrom from Jamestown moves on to the next round at 170.
Mat number 10, Cole Stock, Southport Mustangs, wrestling Coulter Thorsel from Larimore. Thorsel, a senior. That match currently underway is scoreless in the first period at the 30-second mark.
Don't forget, this broadcast of this tournament has been authorized by special arrangements with the Board of Directors for the North Dakota High School Activities Association. And we'll have all 3 rounds of wrestling, all 4 rounds of wrestling today, and then we'll have the dual tournament coming up tomorrow. Over on mat number 5, Cassie Bartholomew from Central Cass against Jadence Fletcher from Minot. That's a 190-pound wrestleback.
And mat number 11, Mason Schumeyer from Velva and Emery Knoll. Knoll has a 5-0 lead in the second period. So he's up 5-0 over Mason Schumeyer, 152-pound consolation match with Knoll in the top position.
53 seconds left here in the second period at 160 pounds on mat number 9. Ford from Kenmare Bowbells, the Honkers with a 4-0 edge over Katos and Tinglestead currently here in the second period. And we'll start in the upward position here with Katos and Tinglestead starting in downward position as we resume play.
Thorsel and Stock on mat number 10. That's in the second period with Coulter Thorsel. A 2-0 lead. Wrestlers go out of bounds for a restart. They'll be on their feet for this restart on mat number 10 at the minute 32 mark in the second period.
Mat number 5. First period of the Wrestleback went scoreless between Fletcher from Minot, Bartholomew from Central Cass. They will go on to the second period, neutral position to get things going. And in on a single leg is Fletcher trying to get elevation against Bartholomew, who will snap her down and comes around. Cassie Bartholomew from Central Cass will take the 2-0 lead. Gets the takedown and immediately tries to set a Nelson in. To her base is Fletcher, and Bartholomew starting the drive to try to get a turn.
Katos and Tinglestead able to get 4 points in the last 50 seconds. And period number 2 and now tied with Ford from Kenmare Bowbells at a 4-4 here as we'll have a Bank North blood timeout with Ford coming to the head table.
Mat number 10, still a 2-0 lead for Thorsel. The final 30 seconds of the second period with Cole Stock has a couple nice single leg attempts on Thorsel, but Thorsel just too strong, able to power out of those. And the wrestlers still back up on their feet.
Fletcher was able to get up to her feet, and Bartholomew was able to put a mat return and has her on her stomach. To her base again is Fletcher. Bartholomew trying to prevent her from standing up and tries to turn, and Fletcher rolls through, but they come out of bounds, and Bartholomew caught a little bit of a break there. They were at the edge of the mat, and they both came out of bounds, but Fletcher in a position to get a reversal and probably immediately into back points. Instead, they'll get a restart with 43 seconds left to wrestle in that second period.
And mat number 11 between Schumeyer from Velva and Emery Knoll. That's an 8-2 lead for Emery Knoll as he continues to build his lead at 152 pounds on mat 11. He's currently in the top position in the third period at the minute 10 mark.
After the blood timeout, we'll get back to it here with Katos and Tinglestead starting in the upward position against Ford from Kemmel Burlbells as we go to the final period here, tied at 4 at 160 pounds on mat number 9.
Down to the final 10 seconds on mat number 5. Bartholomew leading 2-0 from Central Cass over Fletcher from Minot. Wrestlebacks at 190. And that period will end. The decision, I believe, goes to Bartholomew. And she will choose to start them on their feet here for this next period.
Mat number 10, Coulter Torso. This scores another takedown. He's up 4-0 on Cole Stock. Torso currently in the top position, working the far edge of the mat. They're in the third period with 57 seconds. And wrestlers now called out about for a restart.
Ford gets a 2-point escape here and plus another point. So currently 7-4 with 118 left in the third period against Katos and Tinglestead. Ford will start in the upward position after they go off the mat.
Yeah, mat number 11, Emory Knoll, Bowman County Beach advances Constellation semifinals as he defeats Mason Schumeyer from Velvet, 152 pounds.
Cassie Bartholomew from Central Cass leads 2-0 over Jaden's Fletcher from Minot. They're into the final minute of that 190-pound wrestleback, and they're on their feet as Fletcher comes to shoot. Bartholomew sprawls out and will bring him out of bounds for the restart with 54 seconds left to wrestle there.
Torso with that 4-0 lead on Cole Stock. Stock tried to stand up. Torso returns him back down to the mat there in the third period with 14 seconds to go. And mat 11, Stone Thornton, Central Cass, and Deontay Anderson. Kimmer Bullbells going at it, 170 pounds, just tied up 2 apiece. Anderson scored the first takedown, and Thornton gets a reversal, ties it up at 2 apiece with 27 seconds to go in the first period.
That was a nice job by Thornton to bounce himself around there after that takedown. It was almost like a scramble, even though there was a takedown there, the way they just both kept moving.
That was the big thing there for Thornton to get that reversal. He just kept wrestling through that, didn't stop, wasn't just satisfied giving up that takedown.
Down to the final 20 seconds, back over on mat number 5, Bartholomew from Central Cass, a 2-0 lead against Fletcher from Minot. And they will get a restart with 13 seconds left. The situation right now is the pressure, I should say, right now is on Fletcher. She's in a situation where she needs to get a takedown. She needs to make the move. And she's going to try to set something up here as they restart. There's 6 seconds left to go. Fletcher, she's going to shoot, try to snap down Bartholomew. And time expires. Cassie Bartholomew for Central Cass onto the consolation semis. A 2-0 win against Fletcher from Minot.
Currently looking at Ford's right knee here with injury time. It's 12-12 with 33 seconds left in this third period between Ford from Kemmer Bobos and Kate Olsen Tinglestead here from the Central Cass Squirrels. We currently right now 12-12 at 160 pounds on mat number 9. These two are back and forth at each other with a 2-point reverse and a 2-point takedown here with a myriad of points coming up. And now it's 10 seconds here on this injury time. It looks like Ford's going to be okay as we're going to get back to the mat here, and Ford will be on the downward position with Kate Olsen Tinglestead in the upward position again with just over 30 seconds left in this third period, tied at 12.
Yeah, mat number 11 between Thornton from Central Cass and Anderson, Kimmer Bullbells. Another head-to-head, just like over there at mat 9. It's a 3-2 lead for Anderson here in the second period at the minute 40 mark. Mat 10 got a regional battle going on between Brock Wendell, Lamar Litchfield, Marion Wrestling, and Herman Cope from the South Border Mustangs. That's scoreless in the second period as they're in the neutral position, Fulton the center of the mat.
Over on mat number 5, consolation semis at 250. Love Hopkins, who lost in the semis last night, wrestling against Elena Meza from Jamestown. 105 consolation semis for the girls. It's Elizabeth Mortensen from Minot against Gabby Haddock from Valley City. At number 4, Izzy Owens from Bismarck against Emily Yabati from Bismarck Legacy for 100-pound consolation semis.
Going to extra time on mat number 9 with Kados and Tinglestead and Ford here from Kenmare Bowbells. Currently tied at 12 going into the first extra time period.
And Love Hopkins will get the takedown in the closing seconds of the first period of that wrestleback to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, DeAndre Anderson, Stone Thornton still a 3-2 lead for DeAndre Anderson in the second period. They at the 30-second mark, with Anderson on top of Thornton on that far edge of the mat, hasn't broke belly down. And mat 10 between Brock Wendell, Lamore Litchfield Marion, and Herman Koch from the South Florida Mustangs. Still scoreless in the second period at the 40-second mark. Both wrestlers still in the center of the mat. Yes, Koch's going to double up on Wendell, takes him down to the mat, straight to his back.
And Meza from Jamestown is going to hit a reversal and on Hopkins after giving up some early back points in the second period, makes it 4-2. And we are on to the consolation semis for the girls tournament right now.
Ford takes the 2 points in extra time here to defeat Kados and Tinglestead 14-12 here for the Honkers.
Now it's a 4-2 lead for DeAndre Anderson. Now scores a 2-point takedown. Now has built up a 6-2 lead over Storm Thornton from Center Cass on mat 11. And Anderson just doubled up Thornton, took him down to the mat. You're working the near edge. Thornton broke belly down. Got Wendell and Herman Koch locked in this battle. It's a 2-point takedown for Wendell on mat number 10. So he's closes the gap a little bit here now. 5-2 lead for Herman Koch from South Florida.
Hopkins able to get away, or rather hit a reversal, and then Mesa gets away, makes it 6-3 in the 250-pound consolation semis going on to mat number 5. Mat number 8, consolation semis at 105. Elizabeth Mortensen from Minot 3. Gabby Hannick from Valley City 1. Actually, will be a takedown for Hannick after the escape, so now 3-3.
DeAndre Anderson maintaining the 6-2 lead in the third period, under a minute to go. Herman Koch on mat number 10 reverses Wendell, throws him to his back. Going to pick up a reversal near fall. So it'll be an 11-2 lead for Herman Koch as Brock Wendell now belly down.
And we're starting to see a slowdown in the matches over on the girls' mats because they only had a few rounds of a few wrestleback matches, and some of those wrestlers are going to turn right around and wrestle in the consolation semis. So that means that they need to buy some time. Looking at mat number 4, 100-pound consolation semis, Izzy Owens from Bismarck waiting to wrestle Emily Ubati from Bismarck Legacy, and they're just waiting on time right now.
Schumacher earns the fall at 1:30 in the second period over Ingrid here from New Salem Almond at 170 pounds on mat number 9.
Mat 10, Herman Koch has Wendell in trouble again, working for near fall. Picks up 2 near fall. He's up 13-2 on Brock Wendell from Lamore. And your final on mat 11 is DeAndre Anderson, winner by decision 7-2 over Storm Thornton. So he moves on 170 pounds consolation semifinal round for the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers.
And Herman Koch's going to beat Wendell 13-2 over on mat number 10. This is coverage of the state wrestling tournament on YourLiveEvent.com. We're going to take a break here in this Wrestleback round, and we'll be back with more.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
Winter is a planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis Vonderhoff, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Hoef, a passion that grows.
Hi, this is Steve Dalen from Piper's Auction and Realty. We have an excellent auction featuring 425 acres of great cropland located in Cass County, North Dakota. The Nelson Family Cropland Auction will take place at the Governor's Inn, Castleton, North Dakota, starting at 3 p.m. on March 14th. This will be a live and online auction. High-quality cropland near Arthur, North Dakota rarely hits the open market. Don't miss this sale. For questions, call me, Steve Dalen, at 701-893-8517.
New Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are here. In the Hillsboro area, contact Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. These new Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans feature exclusive genetics and high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans and XtendFlex soybeans. Golden Harvest Seeds. Talk with your area representative, Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877 for Golden Harvest Seed.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Leslie, or Carol to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
And welcome back to coverage of the state wrestling tournament on YourLiveEvent.com. Brent Dick, Chase Miller, Joel Morgan out here as we are in our third round of Wrestlebacks, our first round of Wrestlebacks for today. And match about to get underway on mat number 9. Chase Miller is mat side, Dylan Sell, and Gabe Lakaduck from New Salem, Alma, or excuse me, rather from Velva.
And then right after that, we go right into Grant Lyons from Lisbon against Roundy from Killdeer. So the heavyweights, Joel, mat number 9. These will be two interesting and important ones here, particularly from the team points, as we've been talking about, particularly for Lisbon coming up a little bit later on.
And a standstill in the girls tournament right now, again, as we are on to the consolation semis and just wrestlers needing their required time between matches, as nothing happening on mat number 5, just wrestlers warming up. Mat number 8. Nothing happening there. Wrestlers are warming up. Mat number 4 has a match about to begin, but kind of as expected with the brackets on the girls' side, is just it's going to need some time for those wrestlers to get their rest and get ready to roll.
Yeah, in the team points race for New Salem Almont, Mason Olander picks up the pin over Eric Hoffman and advances into the top 6. Actually, he'll be wrestling for 3rd, 4th. So Olander advances for New Salem Almont, picking up some big points.
Lakaduck and Sell scoreless as we have one period going into the second. We'll see where Lakaduck will start. He will start in the down position, so Sell will start in the upward position here in the second period at 285.
Yeah, Dylan Sell looking for some big things here to finish off his state wrestling, his wrestling career and his run here on the state tournament.
Lakaduck with a 2-point reversal to start, now working on top of Dylan Sell. So the first 2 points goes to Lakaduck here from Velva Aggies.
In mat 10, Region 1's Noah Klusman from LNJ Column has a 2-1 lead over Kate Olkeson. Olkeson just stands up, ties it up 2-2 in the second period. At the start of the second period, both wrestlers in the center of the mat. Mat 11, 220-pound consolation semifinal matches. Armani Smith, Beulah Hazen, wrestling Carter Engelbretson. It's a 2-1 lead for Armani Smith going into the second period.
Sell earns an escape, now down by 1 with 1:12 left in this second period. Both, Rams horns locked right now, trying to work each other after Sell was able to block the quick attempt to go to the left leg.
Got a chance to see Armani Smith from Beulah Hazen playing football against Central Cass in those semifinals, and a really versatile big man on the football field, and is showing his athleticism in his matches here. I think, Brent, throughout this tournament, what he can do at being a 220-pounder.
Yeah, Smith and Engelbretson locked in a battle during the second period, and it's tied up 2-2.
Engelbretson, a sophomore wrestling 220. That's a tough. I think once you get anywhere up in those weight classes as an underclassman, it's such a difficult task to have.
Yeah, one thing I've been kind of impressed with are these underclassmen as Engelbretson grabs a 2-point takedown on Smith. It's just the performance of the underclassmen against these seniors this year.
Sell with a 2-point takedown, trying to earn the fall here with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. We'll see if the whistle comes which one. Well, it's going to be the whistle for the period. Dylan Sell with a 2-point takedown on the near side of the mat here. Now leads it by 1 as we go to the third period at 285 on mat number 9.
In mat 10 between Klusman and Olkeson, it's a 6-3 lead for Noah Klusman. End of the second period. Mat 11, it's a 4-3 lead for Engelbretson. Engelbretson has a head and arm on Smith. Smith just trying to power out. He throws Engelbretson down to the mat. Now both wrestlers backed up. with a body lock by Ingebrigtsen. Smith's going to roll out here on the edge of the mat.
And right now, Sell leads 7-2 after those 2-point takedown. Able to earn 3 more points with a near fall. And to start the third period, he was able, in a down position, earns the escape. So up 7-2 right now on Lakaduk from Velva with 90 seconds left in this third period.
And Ingebrigtsen has Smith, puts him on his back for a 3 near fall. So he adds to his lead. Now he's up 9-3 over Armani Smith in the second period with 9 seconds remaining.
Yeah, talk about seeing the impressiveness of these underclassmen.
Yeah, Ingebrigtsen just exploded, had a nice body lock on Smith and threw him down to the mat.
We do have matches underway now on the girls' side. We'll start with Mat 4, Alicia Olson from Hettinger Scranton. Adelie Simons from Killdeer tied at 2. That one into the second period of that Wrestleback at consolation semi at 110. 115 consolation semis at Mat 5. Maggie Thielges from Bismarck and Shelby Miller from EEK. Miller leads 2-1. 30 seconds left in the second period there as Mat number 8. Elizabeth Ubadi from Bismarck Legacy leads Kessler Tomac from New Salem Almont 1-0. 46 seconds left there in the second period.
Yeah, Mat number 11, 220 pounds, Armani Smith. He was down, and he says not so fast to Ingebrigtsen at the end of the second period. Scores an escape and a takedown. So that's now a 9-7 lead for Ingebrigtsen going into the third period.
Lakaduk and Sell 7-2 right now. Sell with 40 seconds left here in this third period at 2:85 as they wrestled off the mat, so they'll be back at each other. Lakaduk trying to make a quick move. Sell was able to bring him off the mat. He's right now with that 5-point advantage here with 30 seconds left in the third period.
Klusman has a 10-4 lead as he keeps building on it here at the end of the third period. So he'll advance to the third and fourth place match at 220 pounds for Ellendale Edgley Calm.
Lakaduk's able to earn a point here with under 30 seconds. They're 7-3 right now with Sell, and then we're going to have another stall warning here for Sell. Now it's 7-4, so Lakaduk right now is able to come back. Sell makes a quick shoot for the leg right now. Lakaduk trying to earn the hook around here as he's got him around. But Sell just kind of bear hugging down to the mat with 10 seconds. Up by 3, no points been awarded. Now we'll have a stalemate, and we'll go back with 8 seconds here in this third period.
There, Carter Ingebrigtsen catches Armani Smith in a head and arm, throws him to his back, and wins by fall. So Carter Ingebrigtsen, Harvey Wells County moves on. Third and fourth place match. We'll take on Noah Klusman from Ellendale Edgley Calm at 220 pounds.
There's going to be 2 points awarded here for Lakaduk, and they're going to just miss the 3-point near fall. And Dylan Sell is going to advance with a 7-6 win at 285 that went right down to the wire here. And now we'll have another 285-pound match on mat number 9 coming up. Grant Lyons from the Lisbon Broncos going up against Roundy from the Kierland Cowboys.
Yeah, this could be a big point swing now the way for the Lisbon Broncos going on here at heavyweights.
Yeah, the Broncos looking for something good to happen here. They went 1-1 in that third round of consolations with Griffin Greenlee dropping that match in overtime to Kyler Shaleski, and then Carter Wallner picking up a win, major decision win.
Yeah, Griffin Greenlee only a sophomore, but you know that clasping call at the end there is something that he won't forget, and be some motivation for him for a guy who missed a lot of time this season. Didn't wrestle half as many matches as he's used to.
Yeah, Kyler Shaleski is no slouch from Hettinger Scranton, returning state place winner. So that's a tall order to go up against Shaleski here in that third round of consolation. Just a good battle.
And wrestle as well as he did, have that late move at the end there and everything.
Grant Lyons, 12 seconds in, earns a 2-point takedown, working on top now of Roundy here at 285 again on mat number 9 as Roundy trying to get out of the escape is currently locking him down, and Lyons trying to bring him to the mat here. 30 seconds left in this first period. There's the 1-point escape for Roundy, now leading 2-1. Here's Lyons.
Yeah. Currently down here on mat number 11. So mat number 11, we got mat number 10. Right now with Maddox Campbell for Velva wrestling Bodie Henderson, 106-pound consolation semifinal match. Bodie Henderson has a 5-0 lead in the second period, now working for the fall against Maddox Campbell. Oh, so I guess we switched matches. I'm sorry, we switched mats. So we're now on mats 9 and 12.
Yeah, with the 12 mats, they're just kind of moving things around here right now. And I don't know if it's part of its pacing stuff for this consolation round. We have a stoppage over on mat number 5 in the girls tournament. Shelby Miller from EEK leading Maggie Thiel just from Bismarck, and Miller leading 7-3. And right now, Thiel just being shended to by the trainer. Mat number 4, Kaylee Kurz from Grand Forks, Tegan Reitenbach from Bismarck. That's 130-pound consolation semi. And that one, no score at about 40 seconds into the first period. On mat number 8, a good battle at 110 as they are in sudden decision overtime. Elizabeth Ubate will get the takedown and she will get the win. She defeats Kesha Tomac from New Salem Allmart in sudden decision overtime at the 110-pound consolation round. Strike that 110-pound consolation semifinal round there. So a good finish in that sudden decision overtime.
So trying to work the upper body on Rowney. Rowney from Kildare does lead 3-2 in this second period with 60 seconds left. But right now, Lines might be working on the fall as he's going to get 3 points awarded upcoming, but looking to finish it off here with the pin. Trying to get Rowney down in the middle of the mat. And there it is. The fall with 50 seconds left in the second period. Grant Lines for Lisbon Broncos able to down a Rowney here of the Kildare Cowboys at 285.
You get the battle of Region 2 with Carson Kazed from Hillsborough Central Valley wrestling Cruiser Burns on mat number 10. That's scoreless in the first period at the 30-second mark. The wrestlers go out of bounds for a restart.
Yeah, I got a chance to see these two during a part of a triangular a couple weeks back, and this matchup didn't happen. Burns and Kazet both got bumped around to avoid this matchup, but now they're going to face each other here on a big stage.
Yeah, sometimes that bumping around, can work in your favor. Other times it goes against you. Maybe having one head-to-head during the season, is not a bad thing.
And two young wrestlers, again, to talk about Burns, how it feels like he's been around forever. Same thing with Carson Kazet. He's been wrestling at varsity since 7th grade. Really saw a lot of time last year as an 8th grader, now as a freshman, wrestling here for a chance to go on to 3rd.
Yeah, I'd like to see what the total history is between these two wrestlers from 7th grade up through the freshman years.
Yeah, I'm sure they've had some matches there at the varsity level.
Yeah. And that is scoreless into the second period. Cruiser Burns in the bottom position, Kazet on top. They're working that far edge of the mat with Burns broke belly down. Now get called out of bounds for a restart.
Over on the girls' matches, it's Marley Stremick looking to get a fall at the 115 consolation semis from Pembina County North, and she will. Stremick defeats Bailey Schmidt from Bismarck. Mat number 5, there is no score. 25 seconds left in the first period. Mercedes Lura from Carrington, Sadie Gafler from Fargo, and then on mat number 4, Kaylee Kurtz from Grand Forks, a 5-0 lead over Tegan Reitenbach from Bismarck. That one is in the second period.
Yeah, mat number 9, TJ Boyer, Mondack Thunder, unseeded wrestler coming through here, wrestling for the chance for a 3rd and 4th place finish up against Drew Carr. Carr currently leads that one, Boyer leads that one by a score of 2-0. And that's over on mat number 9. And then on mat number 12, Jack Bombach wrestling Turnus from Beulah Hazen. Jack Bombach leads that one by a 6-2. A couple of 7th graders battling it out to see if you can get into that 3rd place match on mat number 12.
Mat number 4, there is, looks like a stoppage.
Hey, Joel?
Yep.
I got Rich Lucina here for the Lisbon Broncos. And Rich, going into day number 2 here, early Wrestlebacks, what have you seen from your wrestlers so far here on the mat?
Kids are wrestling well. They're putting it out there. I don't know if we can quite catch up to New Salem here, but I know they're going to give her heck to try to. So.
And now with 12 mats, how much are the coaches and wrestlers learning compared to 8 mats, from years prior?
I think the state's run this pretty well. It was nice to get out a little bit earlier last night than the year before. So 12 mats keeps us going, but that's all right. Time goes a little faster and keeps things fun. So.
Final thing for you, what do you want to see from your guys throughout the rest of this Wrestlebacks into placing and obviously in the championship later this afternoon?
I told them this morning, this is all for you guys. Just do the best you can to see where you end up on the wall. You know, they want to get their name up there on those banners for state place winners. So it's just a question of where they get their name now. So
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time. Best of luck throughout the rest of the tournament.
thanks, Chase. Have a good day here.
Back to you, Joel.
All right, Chase, getting this update on Brisbane Broncos. Again, it is going to be a mighty task to try to come back and climb up that ladder and regain the lead against New Salem Almont for another championship. But like you said, still a lot of accomplishments in front of that Broncos wrestling team. We'll have another semifinal matchup about to get underway over on mat number 5 for the girls competition. Carissa Mettinger from Lemoore Litchfield Marion gets a quick takedown. Mettinger wrestling against Kaylee Klingman from Mondack. And that is a 2-0 advantage early in the first period of that consolation semi. Mettinger getting pinned late in what was a big back and forth match in the semis yesterday. The freshman from Lemoore Litchfield Marion looking to get herself in the third place match.
Yeah, mat number 10 still scoreless going into the third period between Kazed from Hillsborough Central Valley. Well, Kazed gets a 1-point escape. He leads 1-0 at the minute 50 mark in this third period against Cruiser Burns.
And Mettinger is going to set in a cradle and has Klingman on her back. If she can control that leg, she'll get the fall. She does. Carissa Mettinger gets the pin in the first period at 125 pound.
Yeah, TJ Boyer on mat 9 now with a 7-5 lead as Drew Carr making a comeback there in the third period at the minute 29 mark.
So Mettinger gets the win. And the next matchup about to get underway. We are in the consolation semis across the board for the girls.
Burns and Kazed get locked up now in a scramble position as Kazed tries to go on a leg pass on Burns. Burns up over the top. Looks like he's in control. A big scramble here. Now Kazed comes out on top. He gets a 2-point takedown. He's up 3-0. Now the referee waves the takedown off. So I believe it's still a 1-0 lead for Carissa Kazed over Cruiser Burns at the 37-second mark, or 36 seconds remaining in the third period.
Mat number 5, Shelby Sherman from Central Cass supposed to wrestle Victoria Pastors from Lax Burlington. They are having a stall there on mat number 5 for time. So that will be a little bit of time before they get that match started. Over on mat number 8, Cashton Breedall from Lax Burlington, a 4-1 lead over Cambury Feist from Bismarck. 30 seconds left in the second period. You might see Breedall get a fall here. She does. So it's Cashton Breedall who will pick up the win. Over on mat number 4, Mackenzie started from Jamestown. Grace Lamar from Central Cass wrestling in the 130-pound consolation semis.
In the final 10 seconds, it's tied up 1 apiece between Burns and Kazed. Now Burns hits a lat drop on Kazed, throws him over to his back, picks up 2-point takedown. He's up 3-1 as time expires. So Cruiser Burns will advance to the third and fourth place match at 120 pounds.
No score, 10 seconds left between Lamar from Central Cass and Stoddard from Jamestown. Lamar's teammate, Shelby Sherman, getting ready to wrestle Victoria Pastors from Lax Burlington, but again, a stoppage there due to time between matches. Mat number 8, it is Jeannie Keller from South Border against Jaslyn Weigel from Napoleon Gackle Streeter. That's a 135-pound consolation semifinal match.
Mat number 10, Class B, is Elijah Ramos Kildare wrestling Tanner Defoe, Hettinger Scranton, 120-pound consolation semifinal bout. That match just underway. And mat number 12, tied up at 2 apiece. And they're in the second period with 20 seconds to go. That's between Cale Hayes, Harvey Wells County, Logan Werner from Pembina County North at 113 pounds.
No score, second period beginning between Lamar and Stoddard. And Lamar will get an escape to take a 1-0 lead.
And mat number 9, Lane Cooper, Minot Bishop Ryan wrestling Kyler Celeste. Cooper picks up a 2-point takedown. He's up 2-0 in the first period with 15 seconds remaining.
Now Shelby Sherman and Victoria Pastors getting underway there. That one about 6 seconds into the period. Back over on mat number 4, Lamar with a 1-0 lead.
So Matt, 10 between Ramos and Defoe. That's a 2-0 lead for Tanner Defoe from Henninger Scranton. They're in the second period with Tanner Defoe in on a single leg attempt on Ramos in the center of the map. Now Matt 9, Lane Cooper still with that 2-0 lead against Kyler Schlesky from Henninger Scranton. That's at the minute 40 mark of the second period. Both wrestlers up on their feet with Cooper working a Russian tie as Schlesky backs off the mat.
We have two Squirrels wrestlers in action right now. Mat number 4, 130 consolation semis. Grace Lamar leads Mackenzie Stoddard from Jamestown 1-0. That one about a minute 15 it looks like to go in the second period. Mat number 5, Shelby Sherman from Central Cass against Victoria Pastors from Des Lacs Burlington. First period ends there. Pastors leads 2-0. No score, 40 seconds left in the second period at 135 consolation semis between Jeannie Keller and South Porter and Jaslyn Weigel from Napoleon Gackle Streeter.
Well, Hayes and Logan Werner still tied up for a piece on mat number 12 at 113 pounds. They're down to the final 23 seconds with Cale Hayes on top of Werner.
Pastors will score another takedown against Shelby Sherman to lead 4-0. Minute 30 left in the second period there at the 140 semis. Lamar still leads 1-0 at the 130 semis. Lamar leads 1-0. She got an escape and now remains on her feet against Stoddard from Jamestown.
And mat number 12, Logan Werner scores a 1-point escape at the end of the third period. He wins 5-4. He advances for Pembina County North.
Pastors will get a turn against Sherman. Not enough for a near fall, but she'll let her belly out and will attempt again.
Ramos and Defoe, that's a 2-1 lead for Tanner Defoe from Henninger Scranton going into the third period.
Second period will end between Grace Lamar from Central Cass, Mackenzie Stoddard from Jamestown at 1:30. Lamar leads 1-0. The decision went to Stoddard to start the final period, and down 1-0 will begin on their feet.
Mat number 12, Essling Dirk from Napoleon going up against Cook from Kenmare Bobels here. This is at 132 pounds in the constellations, just getting underway.
And mat number 10, at the minute 40 mark, it's still 2-1 lead for Tanner Defoe. He is currently in the bottom position. Ramos on top, trying to dig out a wrist.
And Pastors leads 4-0 from Des Lacs Burlington over Shelby Sherman, 4-0. 19 seconds left in the second period at 1:40. Well, over on mat number 4, Mackenzie Stoddard will get a takedown on Lamar. And then a near fall, led 5-1. They gave points to Lamar on a potentially dangerous or clasping, one of those two. And so now it's 5-2 Lamar, and we're going to have a stoppage for injury time. Coach Lamar calling for the injury clock to begin as he talks to Grace Lamar. Into the third period on mat number 4, Mackenzie Stoddard from Jamestown 5, Grace Lamar from Central Cass 2. That's 130 consolation semis.
So on mat number 9, that Cooper Schlesky match, Lane Cooper has a 6-0 lead in the third period. Cooper currently on top of Schlesky. They're trying to work a chicken wing tilt. He's has a minute here to try to get Schlesky turned. He leads 6-0 on mat number 9. I believe both wrestlers on that mat just warned for stalling by the referee.
Still a discussion between Grace Lamar and head coach Travis Lamar right now as they are taking injury time right now. Lamar trails 5-2 against Mackenzie Stoddart. Meanwhile, Shelby Sherman trails 4-0 against Victoria Pastors from Des Lacs Burlington.
On mat number 12 with 50 seconds left here, it's 3-0 for the Kenmare Bulldogs. Honkers Cook going up against Enslinger for Napoleon, currently working on top here in the middle of the mat in this second period for Cook.
That's the final on mat 10 as Tanner DeFoe heading our Scranton Nighthawks defeats Elijah Ramos to the Kildare Cowboys. So DeFoe wrestles for third and fourth place at 120 pounds.
And Cook does earn the fall here in this second period as he will advance in the 132-pound weight class for Kenmare Bulldogs.
Final minute left to wrestle between Sherman and Pastors leads 4-0, is on top here. Is going to try to ride out that final 50 seconds. Lamar and Stoddart will resume. And Lamar will get another point as it's 5-3. It was a clasping call, I would imagine, against Stoddart, as Stoddart will remain on top on the restart. A minute 9 seconds left to go here in that third period.
On mat number 12 now starting up is Clifton for Carrington against Walner from Lisbon. This at 138 pounds on mat number 12, just getting underway.
Lamar will get the escape. Now it's 5-4 with less than a minute left to wrestle. Lamar gets a takedown and will pull in front. 10 seconds left to wrestle over on mat number 5. Victoria Pastors from Des Lacs Burlington 6. Shelby Sherman from Central Cat 0. And that one becomes a final as Pastors will advance on in this win with this consolation semis. Meanwhile, Lamar, 35 seconds left to go, needs to make a move, shoots on the double leg. Stoddart able to sprawl out, will grab control of Lamar's ankles, and Lamar trying to get control to come around, and if she can pop her head, we'll get 2 here late in this match, and she will get the 2. So Grace Lamar will take the lead 6-5 with 15 seconds to go, and a strong finish by Lamar as she will hang on to get this win by a final of 6-5. So a victory there for Grace Lamar.
Well, mat number 10, 126 pounds, Consi semifinal match between Tristan Lepp and Aaron Brimhall. Lepp, the South Florida Mustangs has a 5-0 lead at the start of the second period. The wrestlers in the neutral position, working that far side of the mat. Brimhall goes to high crotch fireman's. Lepp able to force him out of bounds.
Getting underway over on mat number 5 is McKenna Belling from Northern Cass against Cheyenne Helen from Central Cass. That's a 145-pound matchup. 145-pound consolation round matchup. Belling came into the tournament as number 1 seed.
And mat number 9, Chance Burns has a 1-0 lead over Riker Vetter. That's a 132-pound consolation semifinal bout on mat number 9.
And first period will end between Belling and Helen, and that will be scoreless. Belling will be down to begin the second period over there. That is the 145-pound consolation semis.
And Lepp and Brimhall go out of bounds. Brimhall had a single leg attempt on Lepp. Lepp able to kind of whizzer out, takes him out of bounds. He's still at 5-0 at the 43-second mark in the second period.
And Belling trying to turn Helen for a reversal, and Belling will get the reversal and almost put Helen right on her back. Helen will come to her base, so McKenna Belling able to get an early reversal here in the second period of the consolation semis at 145. And now Helen a chance to score points on a reversal if she can free her head, and Belling able to adjust, and Helen will come around. No wrestler. Well, Belling's still in control, but Helen may be in a position to get a reversal and will get turned by Belling.
And Matt 9 still 1-0 lead for Chance Burns with Russell and Riker Vetter for the South Florida Mustangs. And that's at the end of the third period, or second period going into the third. Vetter chooses bottom position to start.
And a nice scramble between Belling and Helen, and Belling will come away with the win. McKenna Belling will pin Cheyenne Helling at 145 pounds and will advance on McKenna Belling for the third place match.
And Matt 10, Tristan Lepp now with a 10-0 lead on Aaron Brimhall at the start of the third period. Brimhall in the top position on Lepp. It has a half Nelson, just trying to hold Lepp down to the mat.
Team scoring right now on the girls' side: Bismarck 173, Minot 148, Central Cass 127. And Northern Cass's lone wrestler on the girls' side, McKenna Belling, will get a win and will wrestle on for third place. The Squirrels about to have a match going on. Mat number 8 is Webleen McLean from Fargo wrestling Hannah Ryberg from Bismarck Legacy at 140. 2-1 the lead for Ryberg. Jordan Flynn will wrestle on that mat coming up next.
And Chance Burns now has a 2-0 lead, or 3-0 lead. He scores a reversal, so he's up 3-0 at the 35-second mark in this third period over Riker Vetter. It's a 132-pound consolation semifinal bout. Now Brimhall has Lepp over on his back at the end of the third period with 36 seconds to go. Brimhall is going to score a couple of near falls, so 2 near falls, a 10-2 score. And Brimhall now locks up an armbar on Lepp, trying to walk it around. Brimhall not able to get Lepp turned a second time. That's a 10-2 lead for Tristan Lepp for the South Florida Mustangs. And now with a 2-point reversal, they'll lock this up with a major decision win, 12-2 over Aaron Brimhall, and advance to the fourth place match at 126 pounds.
Winner by Paul Jr. Over to the mountains. 8 Ron had to do the fourth place match for Jake.
And getting underway, Jordan Flynn wrestling for the Squirrels at mat number 8.
Looks like Matt 1,238 pounds. Corbin Clifton wins by a 13-5 major decision over Carter Wallner. So Wallner wrestling for 5th and 6th place for the Broncos at 138 pounds. And mat number 10, Mike Nelson, Lisbon Broncos wrestling Riley Dow in the Salem Almat. One of those head-to-head matchups that you want to see against the Broncos and the Holsteins. That's on mat number 10.
Jordan Flynn from Central Cass wrestling Paige Spomer from Bismarck Century. That is for the consolation semis at 155 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an update on where we are at this school. Again, we will be replaying this round.
That is mat number 10. Still scoreless in the first period between Nelson and Riley Dahl. Wrestlers both back in the center of the mat. Nelson tries to shoot a double. Dahl sprawls out, goes front headlock.
But that does mean that we will to all divisions, including this round. And then we will
officially announcing here at the tournament, they will let this round of Wrestlebacks finish before they begin the placing round, which is something Brent, they didn't have the luxury of doing last year as they went right into the placing rounds. They will let this finish. So Class A is just about done with their round of Wrestleback. The girls just about done with their round of Wrestleback. It's the Class B boys who will still have about 10 matches left to wrestle, including the ones in action right now before this round comes to an end.
And Mike Nelson for the Broncos grabs a 2-0 lead at the end of the first period going into the third. He's currently on top in the second period at the minute 40 mark, working a crossface on Riley Dahl. And mat number 12, Carson Glazeman wrestling Jaron Frank for the Hettinger Scranton Nighthawks. That's still scoreless in the second period, with Glazeman hitting a stand-up, now scores a 1-point escape. He's up 1-0 in the second period.
Over on mat number 8, Jordan Flynn from Central Cass, a 2-0 lead over Paige Spomer from Bismarck Century. That's a consolation semi at 155 pounds. Again, one of the last two matches going on in this girls' round of Wrestleback with the place matches coming up next.
And Nelson gets Riley Dowell over, no win by fall, and advance to the third place match for the Lisbon Broncos at 145 pounds.
And Nelson had a tough draw in that match against Nelson yesterday, and that's a good bounce back win for him and some points that the Broncos really needed. Aubrey Overson from Bismarck will get a win via decision over Tricia Schroeder from Carrington. That's the third place, or excuse me, consolation semis at 145 pounds. And Jordan Flynn's going to get Spomer on her back at the 155-pound consolation semis. Will get the win. Jordan Flynn from Central Cass will get the pin and will wrestle for third place at 155 pounds.
And mat number 10, another consolation semifinal ball. Salem Holstein out there. Ty Wolding, the senior, 31-6, wrestling Kale Kovar, senior, 42-12 for the Carrington Cardinals.
Yeah. Everyone for Lisbon right now is a big Kovar fan in this instance. A chance to make up some points.
Yeah, that match just underway at the 35-second mark on mat number 10. And Glazeman and Frank, that's a 2-1 lead for Jaron Frank on mat number 12. And that's in the second period with 41 seconds remaining. Jaron Frank in the top position has scored a takedown in that second period after that escape by Glazeman. And mat 9, Carson Brown, Pippa County North, wrestling Haviland DeLong. That's still scoreless in the second period at the 45-second mark. Currently, DeLong's in the top position on Carson Brown. The winner of that match on mat number 9 will have to wrestle Corbin Clifton. Non-winner bounces down and wrestle Carter Wallner of the Lisbon Broncos for 5th place. And mat 10, Culver and Wolding. They go into the second period scoreless with Ty Wolding and New Salem Holsteins in the bottom position. In the first 5 seconds, Wolding able to hit a stand-up, so he leads 1-0 over Kovar from Carrington. And Glazeman and Frank, now they're tied up at 2 apiece at the start of the third period. So Glazeman able to score an escape at the end of the second. He's in the top position. Jaron Frank in the bottom. Glazeman trying to work a crossface and get Jaron Frank broke down to the mat. Frank able to hold his base.
Hey, Joel, I got Jordan Flynn here. Jordan, congratulations on heading to third place. So just take us through that last match to know that you're going to be at least the top 4 finisher here in the state. What did you see?
It was so exciting. After yesterday, I was pretty bummed out, but I knew I had to come back today and be fierce and be strong and go out very confident and just aggressive. So getting the chance to go for third is pretty amazing at this point.
And then at the end of the day here, through these Wrestlebacks, just what's it this morning kind of been like for you, kind of waiting around, and then all of a sudden fast and furious you go. You don't have a lot of time in between. So what have you kind of noticed about the wrestling here at the state tournament?
It is a lot of waiting, like you said. It's like all day long you're sitting, then you're like, oh, better get up, warm up, but then you don't have a partner, so you're like, well, I'll do the most I can, and then it's like, oh, your name's on the board, gotta go.
And then to have you have 3 wrestlers in the top 3 competing and 2 in the championship. What's it been like just seeing your fellow teammates also have success here at the state tournament?
Oh, I'm so proud. Like, when I saw like some of my teammates win, I'm like, yes, 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 go. And then to be able to watch 2 of my very best friends in finals today is going to be so exciting.
Hey, Jordan, congratulations and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you so much.
And again, Jordan from Central Cass. So we'll toss it back to you and Joel and Brent.
Thank you, Chase. Yeah, the girls competition round already done here at Central Cass, I believe. All the wrestlers are done for this round of competition, onto the place round and onto the championship rounds tonight. Remember, they will not start the place round until all divisions had finished this round of consolation semis or the Wrestleback round, and a few more matches left here in Class B.
Yeah, Glaceman and Jaron Frank. Now it's a 3-2 lead for Jaron Frank. He scores an escape here at the end of the third period, so he'll go on and wrestle for third and fourth place for the Hettinger Scranton Nighthawks. So Jaron Frank moves on.
Over on mat number 10, Ty Wolding from New Salem Almont, a 6-0 lead against Kale Kovar going into third period at 152 pounds. And New Salem Almont, 168 points, leading Lisbon 149. So again, as we mentioned, that Lisbon fans are going to pull for a comeback here for Kale Kovar, as it will help team scoring for the Lisbon Broncos.
Hey, we got now Travis Lamar here, and I was joking with Travis earlier this morning if he still had a voice, and he said barely, so we'll test it out here on yourliveevent.com. Travis, for the girls' side here, to have 3 opportunities to finish for third and 2 with Anna and Katie to finish for the championship. What does this just kind of mean as we kind of get a little bit later on to the day here on Friday?
Well, it's always team points, right? I mean, the higher you get, the more points you get, and you keep winning, you keep scoring points. Try and keep us in the running to try and get up to that top spot. At least finished on 3. But for the girls, it's like we told the girls and boys this morning, it's finish as high as you can on the podium, and we've had some tough losses here. What I've told all of them is it's always easier leaving here with a W, even when you didn't reach your full potential. Leave with a W, so at least you're leaving here on a good note. You feel good about how you ended your season rather than just kind of, sometimes you just fold and you can't get past the loss. So the big thing for our kids right now is just finish on top, finish the best they can, and finish on a good note.
And you mentioned on a good note, and maybe something that's new, I've been asking the coaches this as well, 12 mats here. You have obviously what you're going with Class A, the girls division, and Class B boys. How much has it been learning, or is it, hey, it's old hat, and you just kind of look at your name on the mat, scurry over there as quick as you can and get ready? How have you kind of seen it here for a day and a half, Travis?
I think the kids have responded really well to it. It's fast moving, it's quick pace, which is good because that's what they're used to during the regular season. I think the biggest thing has been for us coaches. You get us old guys like me, we're going from one corner of the dome to the other. It takes a little bit of work, especially when you're trying to dodge people, that are trying to stand in the aisle and whatnot. So I think for our kids, it's been good. I think for our fans, it's fast paced, it's moving, so they're just waiting so long to watch their kids wrestle. It's going to be adjustment period for coaches because it's change, and we don't really like change. But I think it's been good.
Hey, Travis, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck moving forward, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on the team duels as well.
Yeah, hopefully I got a voice left. Thanks.
And again, Travis Lamar, let's toss it back to you guys.
I thank you, Chase. Ty Wolding ends up getting the win via decision over Kale Kovar. So Wolding will wrestle third for the New Salem Almont Holsteins, moving on to this round of competition. Over on mat number 12, we have mats underway. Mats 9, mats 12, and mats 10 is what we're looking at here. And just a handful of matches left in this round. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll come right back on yourliveevent.com.
Here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com. Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
New Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are here. In the Hillsboro area, contact Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. These new Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans feature exclusive genetics and high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans and XtendFlex soybeans. Golden Harvest Seeds. Talk with your area representative, Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877 for Golden Harvest Seed.
And we are back here on yourliveevent.com as we're finishing up this round of the consolation semis. And let's send it over to Chase Miller.
Thank you very much, Joel. Rob, taking a look here, let's start with the two guys who are going to be wrestling a little bit later on this afternoon into the early evening with both Sawyer and Henry. Sawyer at 126 going up against Trenton Klatt here from New Salem, Alma. What have you seen from Sawyer so far? Not just this weekend, but throughout the season to allow him to get to this point.
Well, since he's my son, I've seen a lot from him. So he's done very well. I always kind of knew that if he wrestled like he can, he could be in this position. And him and Trent have wrestled once or twice before, and they've split. So it'll be a good match. And I think he's ready. So we'll see. No matter what happens, it's just gravy every time. You know, he was seated fifth. So to come out and make sure he's got a second, that's awesome. And then with Henry, you know, yesterday, super nervous. He not wrestled the kid from Lisbon. You know, pressure gets on. And I talked to him, and it's just like, let's just let it go. And if Henry wrestles the way he can, he'll win by a wide margin. So it'll be good.
And let's talk about, you know, has Henry gone up against Mason again, this East-West against Beulah Hayes, and you mentioned about Sawyer going up against Trenton. How much knowledge do they have going into this championship?
They've wrestled each other twice, and they've split. Henry beat him by, I believe it was 2 the first time in the rugby tournament. And then Mason beat Henry in overtime at East-West. So they have a good understanding of each other. They're both explosive wrestlers. They're both going to look for the chinks in the armor, as you say, and well, you know, either one has got a good chance. We're just hoping our guy gets it. So
overall for the Burros here, I know we saw Kazette out there in the Wrestlebacks. What have you seen from him so far here this morning?
Carson did a great job today. He's wrestling at the top of his game right now. I mean, he was seated 7th. He's going for 5th and 6th. Lost a close one to a kid that's pinned him twice. I mean, and in the challenge match to go into 3rd and 4th. So, I mean, like I told him, you know, state tournament is way different than everything else. There's so much other pressure. There's so many like, okay, I'm done, you know, and if we catch the right guy at the right time, you never know what can happen.
For the Burros here on both the girls and boys side, with 12 matches, has it been fast and furious compared to other years where it's been 8 matches here?
Well, we were talking about it on the way home, like it went by very fast yesterday with a lot of ups and downs. And, you know, fortunately we had a lot more ups. So that was a good thing. So I think 12 matches or mats are good. It's a little annoying to hear the announcer tell us all to sit down, but I mean, it's state tournament time. You have to be ready, and if you're not, you're going to suffer. I mean, I saw a lot of good kids go out in the first round, and then they're done. Seeded kids who were amazing throughout the year, and essentially they didn't make second day at all. I mean, the sad thing is, a lot of people use this tournament as something that is to define their whole wrestling career when, you know, it's just another tournament. It's unfortunate. It's the state, you know, and like I tell the kids, you can't define yourself by one thing. So, I mean, we have a lot of good things this year. I mean, we had 4 kids that basically had never made it to the state tournament on her own. And I'm including Crystal on this because last year all the girls got to come and she had to qualify, and it meant a little bit more to her this year. And she didn't win a match, but she learned some lessons. You know, we had Fernando Rios, who was the kid who was not going to even come out for wrestling, just wanted to get a good workout in and fell in love with the sport and made it to the state tournament. Never won a match, but I mean, he barely knows anything. I mean, that's the great thing about it. He's comfortable in his skin enough, and it's, you know, he did a good, you know, had a great tournament, and he, like you said yesterday, I made it to state. That's a huge goal. And then we have Ben Thompson, who is like, you know, he's a bull in a china shop sometimes. He's learning how to wrestle, and you know, it's a great thing. He's only a sophomore, and he's got 2 more years. If he commits to it, he could be sitting on the podium next year. And you know, Braden Chenault, I mean, Braden came in, he's a 9th grader at 152 pounds. He's, you know, undersized, and he hasn't hit the man muscle yet. But I mean, he went against number 4 seed and got picked up and thrown around like a rag doll. He came back and he had a nice competitive match and won that one. So he can say he won a match in the state tournament. And then he lost to a good kid that's beat him 3 times before. And, you know, that kid was going for 3rd and 4th. I mean, Braden had high aspirations and made all of his goals, and he was looking for a little bit more, and he came away a little disappointed, which is always good. It means that he's going to be harder next time. They're going to work harder.
Well, thing for you. Speaking about Crystal, what have we seen from the growth of girls wrestling, as you mentioned, to qualify this year? How are we going to see this moving forward? Do you think we're going to even see more girls wrestlers coming out, you know, in previous seasons and coming seasons?
I think that, you know, I've had a couple talks with coaches in the back room, you know, and we talked about girls wrestling, and I think that the aspect of girls, really, we need to, you know, put girls wrestling on their own. And like next year, it should be on their own. 16 events for girls wrestling on their own, you know, and so we have girls traveling on their own. The girls come into the room, there's only girls. I think that's more welcoming to, you know, what our situation. We have 3 girls and they're in with the boys, but they only wrestle each other. So it's kind of awkward. So, you know, next year I hope to have, you know, we could get a dedicated girls coach, dedicated girl practice, excuse me, and get them the events they need to get. And that should cause that room to get bigger. You know, if they walk in and they feel intimidated, it doesn't matter if boy or girl, they're not going to want to be there. And it's intimidating for a girl to walk into a practice with boys in there and see the level they're at and go, okay, I have to do this next week. No, I mean, they're not going to be there, you know. And so I think for our girls, we have a lot of dedicated girls. We have a couple more girls coming out next year. We could see 5 or 6 in our room next year, which would be great. And it's growing, you know, but it's going to be a turning point next year with all the different things, new weight classes and new, you know, true separation. That's going to be a big thing. You know, it's going to be hard for us to bring our girls along with the boys and find girls to wrestle, because they're going to be, well, we have 17 girls in the room and they have 16 events, so they can't wrestle. So that's what we'll have to deal with, you know.
Hey, Rob, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck moving forward here throughout the rest of this afternoon in the state tournament.
Well, thank you. I hope we have a good day.
All right, that is Rob Owens. Back to you, Joel.
All right, Rob Owens from the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs, one of the teams we cover here at the state wrestling tournament as well throughout our season on YourLiveEvent.com. We'll take another break as there's a few more matches left here in this consolation round. We got more coming your way next.
Don't let the flu get you down. Fight the flu with a shot of prevention. Stop at Hillsborough Drug and get your flu shot today. No appointment is necessary. Shingle shots are also available. And don't forget your other pharmacy and healthcare needs at Hillsborough Drug. Over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items as well. For your convenience, Hillsborough Drug offers mail-out service and delivery of your prescriptions. Check out the gift items for all occasions, too. Hillsborough Drug is a locally owned pharmacy and proud to serve the area. They thank you for trusting them with your business at Hillsborough Drug.
Folks, it's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olson Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to the teams competing in today's game, and go Patriots!
The City of Hillsboro encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsboro for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
New Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are here. In the Hillsboro area, contact Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. These new Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans feature exclusive genetics and high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans and XtendFlex soybeans. Golden Harvest Seeds. Talk with your area representative, Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877 for Golden Harvest Seed.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Bank of North Dakota wants you to be confident when it's time to make student loan decisions.
Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident to calculate the maximum amount of student loan debt that is recommended based on your career choice. You can also learn how to apply for financial aid and get tips to cut education expenses. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident today.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wasleen, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby.
And we are back on YourLiveEvent.com, and the placing round just about to get underway here at the State Wrestling Tournament for all three classes as wrestlers are making their way out to their matches right now. On the girls' side, Matt, number 4 for third place at 170. Hannah Schustrom for Jamestown. Isabel Berg from Devil's Lake. Matt, number 5. Sadie Richmond from Minot. Hannah Seafeld from EEK. Matt, number 8. Jalen Jetty from Bismarck Century. Lexus Reynolds from Northwood. So girls starting at 170.
And boys starting at 195 on Class B side. Mat number 9, Rodney Wolf, Kindred, wrestling Landon Potasic. And on mat number 12, Eric Hoffman, wrestling Jonathan Smith. We're still waiting for the wrestlers for mat 10 to get set up. Currently, no mat workers are there, so still waiting for mat 10 on Class B boys.
Yeah, no more built-in breaks on the wrestling tournament, so taking breaks when you can get them. And it looks like we might already have a place winner. It looks like Hannah Seafeld will finish in 5th place at 170 for the girls. And so that will be Seafeld will get the win and is a 5th place finisher at 170.
You know, mat 10 underway between Mason Olander and St. Malmont. Daniel Schumacher for the South Border Mustangs. That's for 3rd place.
Schustrom from Jamestown, Berg from Devil's Lake. No score after the first period at 170 for 3rd place. 7th place, it will be Reynolds will score a late takedown from Northwood over Jetty from Bismarck Century.
Mat 9, Rodney Wolf grabs a 2-0 lead over Landon Potasic at the end of the first period, going into the second. It's Wolf's choice. Potasic has to choose a position, so he goes over to the bench. So Rodney Wolf with a 2-0 lead at 195 on mat number 9.
Over on mat number 8, it is Lexus Reynolds from Northwood 2, Jalen Jetty from Bismarck Century scoreless. Jetty on top to begin the period. Again, that's 170. 190 on mat number 5. Janae Fletcher from Minot. Grace Bercier from Jamestown. It's 190, fifth place match. Third place match at 170. Hannah Schustrom with a 2-0 lead, trying to get the fall over Isabel Berg from Devil's Lake.
And mat 10, Daniel Schumacher has a 2-0 lead over Mason Olander to start the second period. Olander in the top position. And Schumacher's going to stand up, get a potentially dangerous call for a restart back at the center of the mat with a minute 48.
And the third place match at 170, Schustrom will get the fall. So Hannah Schustrom from Jamestown, third place at 170, defeats Isabel Berg.
And mat 9, it's tied up 2-2 between Wolf and Potasic from Oaks. That's at the minute 40 mark in the second period. Currently, Lana Potasic in the top position. Has an arm lever hooked up on Rodney Wolf, trying to get the hammer lock or drag that arm back for a hammer lock. And now drags him down to the mat.
This is the placing round of the state wrestling tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. On mat number 4, it is third place at 190. Cassie Bartholomew from Central Cass. Michaela Stordalen from Bismarck Century.
And that third place match on mat number 10 between Schumacher and Olander from New Salem Almont Holsteins. Currently, Schumacher leads by a score of 3-0. Is going to turn the corner for a 2-point takedown. He's up 5-0 on mat 10.
Jalen Jetty from Bismarck Century gets the pin over Lexus Reynolds from Northwood. So Jetty is the 7th place finisher at 170 for the girls.
And mat 9, 195, 7th place match. Rodney Wolf and Lana Potasic. It's 2 apiece with a Bank North timeout there as Potasic goes over to the head table, be intended to.
Over on mat number 4, Bartholomew from Central Cass, Stordalen from Bismarck Century. No score there. Third place match at 190.
And mat number 12, your 5th place match between Eric Hoffman and Jonathan Smith. That is a 1-0 lead for Eric Hoffman in the second period at the minute 5 mark.
Back on the girls' side, Bartholomew, Stordalen, no score as they're on to the second period. It looks like neutral position to begin the second period for those two. Mat number 5, Fletcher from Minot trails Bercier from Jamestown 3-2. That's 5th place match at 190 pounds. Mat number 8, Morgan Harvey from Bismarck Century, Emma Osher from Fargo. Osher gets a takedown here. That's the 7th place match at 250.
And Daniel Schumacher with the 7-2 lead for third place at 195 pounds on mat number 10. Olander with the 1-point escaper to start this third period at the minute 45 mark in the third.
Mat number 5. It will be Fletcher who will get the pin over Bercier from Jamestown. So Fletcher will be the 5th place finisher at 190. Back over to mat number 4, and there is no score with less than a minute to go in the second period. That is Cassie Bartholomew wrestling for third place at 190 against Micaiah Stordalen from Bismarck Century.
And Rodney Wolf takes takes 7th place at 220 pounds as he wins by a 5-2 decision over Lana Potasic from Oaks.
So they did announce it. It does come your way fast and furious here in this round of competition, and so far it has been.
Yeah, mat 9 between Clayton Grove and Garrett Haugen for 7th place, 220. Haugen has a 2-0 lead, gets a takedown, and wrestlers go out of bounds and back to the center for a restart on mat number 9.
Mat number 4, Bartholomew, Stordalen still scoreless. And looking for a throw was Bartholomew. Stordalen able to fend this one off as the second period will end at the third place match at 190, no score.
And mat 12, we're tied up at 1 apiece in the third period between Eric Hoffman and Jonathan Smith for 5th place at 195. The wrestlers, they locked up, go out of bounds in that neutral position, back to the center for a restart.
Ilona Mesa from Jamestown will get the pin and finishes in 5th place at 250 for the Jamestown Blue Jays. Third period underway on mat number 4, and no score. And now we're going to get a takedown. It is Micaiah Stordalen will get the takedown of Cassie Bartholomew to take the 2-0 lead and the final period of the 190-pound third place match.
And Daniel Schumacher is up 9-3, and he'll win third place at 195 pounds. He wins by a 9-3 decision over Mason Olander from New Salem, Almont.
And this is the placing round of the state tournament. 3 matches going for each division. Final minute over on mat number 4, Micaiah Stordalen from Bismarck Century, a 2-0 lead against Cassie Bartholomew. Bartholomew will come around and gets a reversal, and that will tie things up at 2. So now a 2-2 score. That is the third place match at 190 pounds.
Match for 5th place on mat number 12, 195. It's a 3-2 lead for Jonathan Smith. As time expires on the clock, just 1 second there. So it looks like Jonathan Smith from Deslox Burlington will take 5th place at 195 pounds.
And with 29 seconds left, Bartholomew and Stordalen will come out of bounds. So it will be a restart with Bartholomew on top.
And mat 9, Garrett Haugen has a 4-0 lead over Clayton Grove from Williams County at 220-pound 7th place match. That's in the second period with 43 seconds remaining, with Haugen in the top position and has Grove broke belly down.
And Stordalen hits a late reversal. She was trying for the escape and just turned and went on Bartholomew. So Stordalen a 4-2 lead. Final closing seconds there, and Micaiah Stordalen from Bismarck Century will get the win via decision. That will be a final of 4-2. So Bartholomew will finish in 4th place at 190 for the Central Cass Squirrels.
Mat number 10, and we're tied up 2-2. As Noah Klusman scores a reversal at the end of the period, so he ties it up 2-2 with Carter Ingebrigtsen from Harvey Wells County for 3rd place at 220 pounds. Klusman starts the second period in the bottom position.
Mat number 5, Emily Ubadi from Bismarck Legacy trails Anna Enwich from New Salem Almont 5-2. Second period of the 100-pound 5th place match. Mat number 8, 7th place match. Emma Osher from Fargo will get the win to finish 7th at 250. Morgan Harvey from Century will finish in 8th place.
And mat number 10, Noah Klusman slams Carter Ingebrigtsen down to the mat. Ingebrigtsen had stood up. Klusman head and arms him, takes him down, wins by fall, and takes 3rd place for Ellendale Edgeley Column at 220 pounds.
Mat number 4, Love Hopkins from Love Shield at 250, or from White Shield, will get the takedown at 250 and lead Belinda Perry from Bismarck Century.
And mat number 9, it's an 8-2 lead for Garrett Haugen for Central Casa Senior, 28-15, wrestling for 7th place. He's up 8-2 in the third period with 1:15 to go. And mat number 12, 220, 5th place match between Kate Olkeson or Bonnie Smith. Kate Olkeson has a 1-0 lead in the second period at the 1:40 mark. They're both wrestlers on their feet as they go out of bounds. It's a restart back to the center of the mat. At number 10, your 285-pound third place match between Dillon Sells, Central Cass Squirrels, Grant Lions underway. The first period currently scoreless at the 32nd mark. And both wrestlers working collar ties as Sells back is to the crowd. Lions pushing into him. And that is a win for Garrett Haugen. So Garrett Haugen for Central Cass takes 7th place at 220 pounds. Oh, Lions at the end of the period. Time expires on the clock. Tried to hit a goal time, but no score going into the second period scoreless between Dylan Sell and Grant Lions from Lisbon.
On the girls' side, 250-pound third place match. Love Hopkins from White Shield 3, Belinda Perry from Century 2. 100-pound 5th place match. Enwich from New Salem Almont 9. Ubadi from Legacy 4. Mat number 8, Isabel Miller from South Border 2. Brooklyn LaFrance from Mandan 0.
Grant Lyons scores a 1-point escape in the first 10 seconds of the second period. Now drags down Sell to the mat, scores a 2-point takedown. He's up by a score of 3-0 at the minute 35 mark of the second period.
The fall time of 1 minute, 15 seconds.
And mat number 12, that match between Smith and Okeson on mat 12, 220-pound fifth place match. That's tied up 2 apiece at the end of the third period.
Your winner call.
That's at the end of the second, so they're tied up 2 apiece going into the third between Okeson and Smith, 220-pound fifth place match.
And over on mat number 5, Anna Enwich from New Salem Almont will pin Emily Yabani from Bismarck Legacy. Enwich, a fifth place finisher at 100. Mat number 4, Isabel Miller from South Border, a 4-0 lead. They'll get a restart. She leads Brooklyn LaFrenz from Mandan at the 100-pound 7th place match.
And Grant Lyons has Dylan Sell turned over, and he's going to win by fall, and he'll take third place for the second year in a row for the Lisbon Broncos at 285 pounds.
Mat number 4, Love Hopkins from White Shield, a 5-2 lead over Belinda Perry from Bismarck Century. That's the third place match at 250.
And still tied up 2 apiece on mat number 12 between Imrani Smith, Kate Okeson. Now Okeson slams Smith down for a 2-point takedown. He's up 4-2. They're in the third period at the 1 minute mark. And for 7th place on mat number 9 between Jeb Grzuski from Larimore, Bryce Prouty, Northern Lights. It's a 1-0 lead for Bryce Prouty. The wrestler stood up in the center of the mat. Now Prouty is in on a single leg attempt on Grzuski. He's trying to pick it up. Grzuski's just hammered down on the head. Prouty takes him down to his back for a 2-point takedown.
Grant Lyons from the Lisbon Broncos, again, losing to A.J. Hines 2 years in a row in the semifinals, but bounces back with a third place finish. And Chase over that way. We'll get hopefully a chance to talk to him here shortly, but I think Grant needs to catch his breath a little bit after that match he had against Dylan Sell. A good matchup between those two heavyweights.
And Joel will go right from there. Grant, first and foremost, congratulations, back-to-back years on finishing third place. Let's just talk about that match with Dylan Sell. What did you see to earn the fall there in that second period?
Oh, I guess I just saw the butcher there, and I knew if I hit it right, it was going to go. So pretty much.
And to finish back-to-back years third place, what does that mean for you here as an elder statesman, so to speak, of this program now?
It feels pretty good. I definitely wanted to be in that finals match, but tough loss at the end both years. But I mean, you can't complain about third place.
The nice thing is you still got another day here at the state tournament. So what's the next 24 hours going to be like for you as you kind of get ready for the duels coming up tomorrow?
I just got to prepare for my matches tomorrow and make sure everybody's up and ready to go.
And now are you become the biggest fan for everybody else that's still wrestling tonight?
I will, yep.
Hey, Grant, congratulations on a really tremendous season and best of luck tomorrow on the duels.
Thank you.
And again, Grant Lyons, back to you, Joel.
All right, thanks, Chase. Yeah, we'll hopefully get a chance to talk to some of our wrestlers around the mats here as we're into the placing round. Remember, championship, they'll do the introductions at 3 o'clock. Championship matches to begin at 3:30. And should be a fun championship round coming up. It's been a fun place round so far here as well. And this is a chance to make up some points for teams vying for a team championship.
Yeah, mat number 10 for Kildare. It's Jack Bombach wrestling Bodie Henderson. 106-pound third place match. That's scoreless in the first period at the 42nd mark. That's for a 106-pound third place match. And mat number 9. We got a Bank North timeout between Bryce Prouty and Jeb Grzuski from Larimore. That's in a timeout as Grzuski would be intended to over by the head table.
And the girls' mats, mat number 4 into the second period at third place at 100. Izzy Owens from Bismarck, Jennifer Verdeen from Headinger Scranton. Mat number 5, Elizabeth Mortensen from Minot 3. Avery Jacobson from Rugby 0. Mat number 8, Arano Lauren from Dickinson 2, Jocelyn Boyer from Northwood 0. Those last two were 105-pound matches, one for 5th, one for 7th.
Yeah, mat number 12, Gabe Lakodek, Ben Roundy battling out for 5th place at 285. That's scoreless going into the second period. And Lakodek has choice. He chooses the bottom position.
And on mat number 5, Elizabeth Mortensen from Minot will get the pin over Avery Jacobson from Rugby. So Mortensen, the 5th place finisher at 105.
In mat 9, that is a final. As Bryce Prouty, who wins by fall over Jeb Grzuski. So Prouty is your 7th place winner at 285 on mat number 9.
Looks like we have a final on mat number 4. And Jennifer Verdeen from Headinger Scranton will finish 3rd at 100. Will pin Izzy Owens from Bismarck.
Just an update there, a 126 7th place match for Griffin Greenlee. He'll win that one by medical forfeit over John Junt. So Griffin Greenlee at 126 pounds will take 7th place for the Lisbon Broncos. In mat number 9 for the Oaks Tornadoes, Matthias Dahlstrom wrestling Region 1 full Logan Potts. This one's been wrestled a few times down in Region 1. Dahlstrom has a 2-0 lead. He's currently in the top position with 15 seconds to go in that first period.
Over on mat number 4, Gabby Hannick from Valley City 2, Addison Yates from Harvey Wells County 0. That is a 3rd place match at 105. Mat 4 is 3rd place. Mat 5 is 5th place. Mat 8 is 7th place for the girls' portion of the state wrestling tournament. At number 5 at 110, Kesha Tomac from New Salem Almont. Down 2-0, Alicia Olson from Headinger Scranton.
And Bodie Henderson, Jack Bombach. It's a 2-point takedown for Bodie Henderson. He's now up 3-0 at 106 pounds for that 3rd place match on mat number 10 as time expires. So Bodie Henderson will be your 3rd place winner at 106 pounds.
Either next step or down.
So in that second period on mat number 9, it's tied up 2 apiece between Dahlstrom and Logan Potts. And Potts scores a 3-point near fall, so he's up now 5-2 over Matthias Dahlstrom. That's for 7th place at 106 pounds on mat 9. Now Dahlstrom reverses it, 2-point reversal. It's a 5-4 lead for Logan Potts. He's currently belly down on that far edge of the mat.
At mat number 5, Gabby Hannick from Valley City at 105 has a 5-0 lead over Addison Yates from Harvey Wells County. Arana Lauren from Dickinson, a 9-2 win over Jocelyn Boyer from Northwood to finish 7th at 110.
And mat number 10, 113-pound 3rd place match. TJ Boyer, Mondack Thunder coming through, wrestling Logan Werner for Pembina County North. Werner has Boyer on his back here in the first period. He's up 2-0, working for the fall for Pembina County North. And 3rd place is Werner. And he'll take 3rd place, winning by fall. Logan Werner at 113 pounds over TJ Boyer. That was on mat 10.
Mat number 8, Mallory DeVries from Central Cass, Natalie Meyer from Dickinson. That is the 7th place match at 110. No score there.
Yeah, still locked up in a battle on mat number 9 for that 7th place match between Potts and Dahlstrom. They're currently in a Bank North timeout. Referees over there discussing something with the score, or just officials over there conferring with each other and the coaches. And mat number 12, 106-pound 5th place match. That is Josh Turnus, Beulah Hazen wrestling Mattis Campbell from Velva. It's a current 2-point lead, 2-0 for Campbell over Turnus as they go into the second period.
Mat number 8, a 7th place match at 110. DeVries from Central Cass, Meyer from Dickinson. No score there between those two at 110. Mat number 5, Kes Tomac from New Salem Almont, Alicia Olson from Headinger Scranton. And Olson a 5-0 lead in the second period there at the 5th place match at 110. Mat 4, 3rd place match at 110. Emily Gabani from Bismarck Legacy 2. Adelaide Simons from Killdeer 0.
And mat number 10, 120-pound 3rd place match. Cruiser Burns back here out here for the Crafton Spoilers, wrestling Tanner Defoe, Headinger Scranton Nighthawks. That's in the first period, currently scoreless with 10 seconds remaining. That's mat number 10.
And at mat number 8, Natalie Meyer from Dickinson will score a takedown and ties DeVries. It is now 2-2 with under 90 seconds left to wrestle in the second period there at the 7th place match at 110.
And mat 9 back into that Bank North blood timeout. It's a 7-4 lead for Logan Potts at the end of the second period. So action finally underway. Potts grabs a 7-4 lead, now back into blood time on mat number 9 for 7th place, 106 pounds.
And standing up was DeVries, and a mat return comes from Meyer, and Meyer will get the pin. So Natalie Meyer will beat Mallory DeVries. Meyer is the 7th place finisher at 110. DeVries is the 8th place finisher for the girls division. Looking back over at mat number 5, there is blood time, so a Bank North timeout. Mat number 4, Emily Yabate from Bismarck Legacy, a 3-0 lead over Adelie Simons from Kildare. That is 3rd place at 110. We really are rolling through our matchups here.
And mat number 12, it's a 6-0 lead for Maddox Campbell over Joshua Turnus. Campbell has Turnus rolled over on his back and collecting some near fall, trying to work for the pin and his 5th place finish on mat number 12.
Underway on mat number 8, Adeline Hansen from Lisbon against Clancy Meyer from Dickinson. That is 7th place at 115.
And Campbell now with a 9-0 lead at the end of the second period. Now a 9-1 score. Turnus scores a 1-point escape to go out of bounds going into the third period. And mat number 9, 106, 7th place match between Dahlstrom and Potts. It's still a 7-4 lead for Logan Potts. And Potts in the bottom position has a Peterson locked up on Dahlstrom. And Dahlstrom just trying to defend, stay base down. Potts is trying to roll through.
Hansen and Meyer still no score. First period of that 7th place match at 115 comes to an end.
Yeah, Cruiser Burns takes a 1-0 lead with 20 seconds to go in the second period. So he's up 1-0. Both wrestlers currently in the center of the mat, taking on Tanner Defoe from Henninger Scranton.
Mat number 5, Alicia Olson from Henninger Scranton leads Kesha Tomac from New Salem Almont 5-2. That is 5th place match at 110, and that one in the third period over there. Back over to mat number 8, Clancy Meyer from Dickinson, Adelie Hansen from Lisbon. No score for Adeline Hansen and Clancy Meyer at 115. That one minute and a half to go in the second period. And now it looks like Adeline Hansen will get a takedown. Strike that. That'll be a mat return. And it's trying to extend out Meyer.
And Logan Potts now grabs a 10-6 lead after trading near falls. Potts has Dahlstrom stretched out, working for the fall at the end of the third period for the Lemoore Lobos. That's for 7th place on mat 9, 106 pounds. Burns with that 1-0 lead in the third period over Tanner Defoe. Defoe currently in the bottom position. Has head down in the mat. Burns working over the top. Now Defoe stands up, gets the hips away, and ties it up 1-1. Logan Potts will take 7th place. He wins by decision over Matthias Dahlstrom from Oaks.
And on mat number 8, Adeline Hansen, a 2-0 lead against Clancy Meyer from Dickinson. And they're just going to stay in bounds on the corner of the mat. And they are out of bounds. They'll get a restart there. That's the 7th place match at 115.
And mat number 9 between Dean Dumas from Kildare and Joey Hyde, Lemoore Litchfield Marion, 113-pound 7th place match. That is underway. It's scoreless in the first period. The Dumas down on a high crotch fireman's on Joey Hyde, picks him up. They're just trying to return him down to the mat for a 2-point takedown. He secures it. He's up 2-0. That Burns and Defoe match on mat number 10. That's still 1 apiece. Down to 20 seconds to go in the third period. And both wrestlers just pushing on each other right now, working the center of the mat. Now Defoe, he shoots. Burns tries to snap him down.
Mat number 8 for 7th place at 115. Adeline Hansen from Lisbon. A 2-0 lead over Clancy Meyer from Dickinson. Third period begins, and Hansen will be on top.
And taking 5th place is Mattis Campbell for Velva. That was on mat number 12. He wins by a major decision, 9-1 over Joshua Turnes from Beale Hayes and Bison. So Mattis Campbell, 5th place finisher, 106 pounds on mat number 12.
And Hansen scoring back points against Meyer right now.
And Joey Hyde takes a 4-2 lead on mat number 9, 113 pounds. Hines putting together a good state tournament for Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion Lobos. He's up 4-2 at the start of the second period on mat 9.
And Adeline Hansen trying to get the fall for Lisbon to finish 7th at 115. And less than a minute left to wrestle in the match. So she will get a 3-point near fall out of this, but would like to end it with a pin with Adeline Hansen, the 7th grader from Lisbon. And able to belly out is Clancy Meyer. They will give her 3 on the near fall. So Hansen's lead is at 5-0. Meyer gets to her feet. 39 seconds left to go. And the escape for Meyer makes it 5-1. Less than 30 seconds now left to wrestle.
And we're in overtime now. Past the sudden victory here on mat number 10, 120 pound between Burns and Defoe. And Defoe will start this second period of overtime, bottom position, stands up right away. Burns drops down, takes the leg, returns Defoe back to the mat.
Final 5 seconds. Adeline Hansen from Lisbon leads this one 5-1. They'll come out of bounds. There'll be 2 seconds on the restart. 2 seconds left after the restart, and this will come to an end. Adeline Hansen from Lisbon will finish in 7th at 115. It is a final, so Hansen, the 7th place finisher at 115 for the Lisbon Broncos.
And Defoe grabs a 2-1 lead on Cruiser Burns as he scores an escape here, winding down the second period of overtime. Burns will have choice. He chose his bottom position to start third period of overtime with Defoe leading 2-1. That's for third place, 120 pounds.
Team scoring for the girls right now, it is Bismarck 180, Minot 163, Central Cass 139.
At 113, Joey Hyde, your 7th place finisher, wins by foul over Dean Dumas from Killdeer. So Hyde, 7th place winner at 113 pounds for Lemoore.
Over on mat number 8, 7th place match at 120. Deegan Krischerman from Valley City against Micaiah Hartlib from Beach. Over on mat number 5, 120-pound 5th place match, Mercedes Lura from Carrington, Cambry Feist from Bismarck. Mat number 4, Sandy Gafler from Fargo against Cashton Breedall from Mille Lacs Burlington. That's a 3rd place match at 120 pounds going on right now.
All right, thank you very much, Joanna Lean. Congratulations on finishing 7th place. Let's just talk about what it means for you to be on the podium here at a state tournament.
It means a lot. I worked really hard this season, and I feel like, all the work I put in really counts now.
What did you learn from yourself about this weekend, Fast and Furious, yesterday, and able to come back out and finish with a win here to end your season? What did you learn from yourself?
I feel really proud of myself, and I'll keep trying. And next year, hopefully, we'll get higher.
And then for you in this program, what's been year 1 to year 2, so to speak? What have you seen the growth and maturation of the program here for Lisbon for girls wrestling?
Well, I don't know. It's just.
Last set for words on that one. Final thing for you, Annalena. How fun is it to be at this state tournament and this atmosphere and this environment?
It's really fun. I really like it here.
Okay. So congratulations on being a podium.
Thank you.
That again from the Lisbon Broncos, finishing it off here. Joel Annalene Hansen with us here at 115. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Chase. So Bronco wrestlers on the girls' side will get a spot on the podium as continuing on here in this place round of the state wrestling tournaments.
Yeah, mat number 9 between Josiah Crandall and Kate Elsey. Yeah, Elsey has a 2-0 lead on mat 920 pounds in the second period at a minute 30 mark.
Over on the girls' tournament. Mat number 4, third place match at 120. Sani Gapler from Fargo 1. Keston Bredahl from Delax Burlington 5. That one about 45 seconds left in the second period.
And mat number 10, third place match between Lane Cooper, Tristan Lepp. That match is underway. We're at the 42nd mark of this first period. And mat number 9 between Crandall and Elsey. That's tied up 2 apiece. Crandall ties it up as Elsey. It tilted over, picking up near fall for the Central Cass Squirrels, trying to take 7th place. And your mat number 12 between Cale Hayes, Drew Carr. It's a 5-4 lead for Cale Hayes for Harvey Wells County at 113 pounds for 5th place. That's in the third period with 32 seconds remaining.
Mat number 5, Cambry Feist from Bismarck, a 7-5 lead over Mercedes Lura from Carrington. That is a 120-pound 5th place match. Mat number 8, 7th place match at 120. Micaiah Hartlip from Beach 2, Deegan Kircherman from Valley City 1. That is the 7th place match at 120.
And Elsey able to fight off his back on mat number 9, gets a reversal. So Crandall leads this one by score 5-4 after he scores those near fall. Currently in the bottom position as time expires here in the second period.
So again, 3 mats going for each division of this state wrestling tournament championship round. Championship matches will begin at 3:30 with the introductions at 3 o'clock.
And mat 12, Cale Hayes takes 5th place for Harvey Wells County at 113 pounds. He wins by decision 5-4 over Drew Carr of Carrington. And Crandall maintaining that 5-4 lead. He's in the top position. Elsey, it comes up over the top, trying to lock up a head cradle and score a reversal. Crandall able to hang on to that leg, not give up any points at the minute 25 mark. Now a 2-point reversal awarded to Elsey, so Elsey's up 6-5 over Crandall.
Mat number 8, Deegan Kircherman from Valley City will get the pin over Micaiah Hartlip from Beach. So Kircherman will finish 7th at 120 pounds. All the matches right now on the girls' mats in the third period. Mat number 5, 5th place at 120. Cambry Feist, a 9-5 lead over Mercedes Lura from Carrington. Feist from Bismarck. That one has about 17 seconds left to go. Feist securing another takedown, so she will get the win. Will Cambry Feist. Well, mat number 4, Bredahl, Caston Bredahl from Delax Burlington. A 10-5 lead over Sani Geffler from Fargo. That is for third place at 120.
And mat number 12, Carson Kazed is out there for Hillsborough Central Valley Wrestling. Elijah Ramos, he picks up an escape at the end of the first period, so it's a 2-1 lead for Ramos from the Kildare Cowboys. That's for 5th place on mat number 12. And mat number 9, Elsey, Mondack Thunder, they get called with a stalemate. He's up 6-5. Crandall in the bottom position has 19 seconds to get a reversal or an escape here. Try to either send this one into overtime or win it on mat 9, 120 pounds, 7th place. And Crandall in on the leg of Elsey. He's going to try to take him down to the mat. He has 9 seconds, doubles up on it, trying to turn the corner. He gets there. He scores 2-point reversal. He's going to win that one by a score of 7-6 over Kate Elsey and take 7th place for Central Cass.
Caston Bredahl from Delax Burlington will get the win at 120. She is third at 120 for Delax Burlington.
And mat 10 between Lane Cooper and Tristan Lepp. That's a 2-0 lead for Lane Cooper. Currently in the neutral position. And Cooper drops down on a single, takes Lepp down to the mat. This goes a 2-point takedown, so Cooper up now 4-0 in the third period.
At number 4, third place match at 125. It's Kylie Yetter from Minot against Carissa Mettinger from Lemoore Litchfield Marion. Mettinger got a takedown. Yetter was able to get the escape, so it's 2-1 Mettinger's advantage.
And Mat 12 between Ramos and Kazed. That's a 4-2 lead for Ramos. They're in a Bank North blood timeout with Ramos over at the scores table being tended to.
At number 5, fifth place match at 125. First period ends. Kaylee Klingman from Mondack 4, Bryn Larson from Grand Forks 2.
And Mat 9 for 132 pounds. Seventh place match between Caleb Sarsland, Bowman County Beach, Jaden Volmer, Harvey Wells County. That's scoreless in the first period at the 22nd mark. Wrestler still in the center of the mat. Volmer on top. Trying to turn the corner here and score a takedown. He does score 2 points, so he's up 2-0.
With us now, finishing in seventh place at 120 pounds, that's Josiah Crandall. Josiah, you're down 1 there with 16 seconds on the clock. Just take us through the final 16 seconds, the move you made to finish as a 7th place and be on the podium here.
Well, when we went to stalemate, when we went back to restart, I'm like, this is it. This is my last 16 seconds as an individual. And I knew I wasn't going to overtime. If I was going to win the match, I was going to win it right there. And that's what I did. I hit my first move. Everything opened up. And it was just that last little ounce of drive that got me there to the end. And then all I had to do was ride him out for the last 5. That was such a good way to end my individual career.
Now let's talk about that. What does it feel like going out on a move like that on the final 16 seconds of your career on the individual side?
I don't even know how to describe it. It's such a good feeling. I've always struggled in these last matches of the tournament where I've lost, both freshman and sophomore year losses. So it just feels so good as a senior. Even though it's 7th place, it's still a stay-at place. Plus, I did win my final match as an individual, which is even better.
Yeah, Josiah, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow as you get another day of wrestling here for the Squirrels with the Duels, and best of luck tomorrow morning and throughout the afternoon.
Thank you.
Let's pass it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Chase. So talking to one of our wrestlers who competed here today, as we are in the place round of this state wrestling tournament here at the Fargo Dome, day number 2 of the tournament in action right now. On the girls' side, third place match at 125. Carissa Mettinger from Lemoore Litchfield Marion, a 7-1 lead over Kylie Yetter from Minot. That one in the second period, about 30 seconds left to go in that period.
And Mat number 12, 120-pound fifth place match between Carson Kazed and Elijah Ramos. Kazed, it takes the leader. He's up 8-5 over Ramos in the third period at the minute 28 mark. And third place ball at 132 pounds. Chance Burns, Grafton Spoilers taking on William Cook, Timber Bobel Honkers. That's scoreless in the first period with 12 seconds remaining on the restart back to the center of the mat. They are at Bank North timeout here at 100, on mat number 12 between Kazed and Ramos. That's on a Bank North blood timeout.
Second period will end on mat number 4 and Carissa Mettinger from LLM. A 10-2 lead over Kylie Yetter from Minot for third place at 125.
And in the second period now between Chance Burns and William Cook, it's a scoreless here to start the second. Cook in the bottom position, Burns on top. Just trying to hold Cook down to the mat. Now Cook stands up, working hand control. William Cook working back around on a switch. Still no reversal or points given up by Chance Burns. Still scoreless in the second period at mat number 10. They got called in a stalemate for a restart. No, because that outscores 2 more points. He's up 10-6 in the third period with 30 seconds remaining.
Carissa Mettinger will get that win at third place at 125. So she is the third place finisher for the Lemoore Litchfield Marion Lobos. I believe she is their lone girl wrestler in their program, and she'll finish in third place here at 125 for the Lobos.
Final 10 seconds. Carson Kazed with that 10-6 lead. He will be your 5th place finisher for the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros on mat number 12. Your 7th place match on mat number 9. That's between Cooper Breedall, Wrestlebacks Burlington, Sawyer Knoll from Bowman County Beach. And Breedall leads that one by a score of 2-1 in the second period at the minute 40 mark. That's for 138 pounds, 7th place. Both wrestlers, on their feet now, drop down to the mat as in a scramble position.
Over on mat number 4, 3rd place at 130, Grace Lamar from Central Cass against Kaylee Kurtz for Grand Forks. That's over at mat number 4.
5th place, 126 pounds. That's between Kyler Schlesky, Aaron Brimhall. That match just underway.
Your 5th place winner at 152 pounds. Results at 120 pounds.
All right, guys, join us now here. Carson Kazet at 120 pounds finishes for 5th place here for the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros. Carson, just what does it mean to go out on top here to finish the individual portion of your season?
Oh, it feels great. I've lost in the blood rounds the past 2 years. It's nice to just get on that podium this year, finish it off. It's been my goal this entire season, and it's nice to see I finally got it.
What did you like about finishing 5th here? What was 1 or 2 things that got you over the top in that 12-6 win?
Came seated 7. Just wrestled some of my matches, got it done. Well, some of them weren't pretty, but hey, it doesn't matter. Got the W's.
And then at the end of the day here, what's it been like with 12 mats on the floor, a little bit more wrestling than in years past? How fun has it been from a wrestler, or have you felt like you have your head on a swivel a little bit more than previous years here, Carson?
You've had to pay attention a lot. These matches just keep on rolling, and they haven't had any breaks, but I mean, it's a fun time. I love state.
And final thing for you, how fun is it going to be to see Sawyer and Henry compete here later tonight?
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I hope they can both finish on top of the podium. We can put 2 names up in the room at the champion, and hopefully they can get it done.
Hey, Carson, congratulations and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
And again, Carson Gonzette, guys, let's toss back to you.
All right, thank you, Chase. Yeah, talking to Carson Gazette from the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros. As we're on our place round here, Grace Lamar from Central Cass trails Kaylee Kurtz from Grand Forks for 3rd place at 130. Lamar trails this one 1-0.
And mat 12, Kyler Schlesky opens up with the pin, so he will take 5th place at 132 pounds. Or excuse me, at 126 pounds. He wins by foul over Aaron Brimhall. Now up on mat 12, 132 pounds. Riker Vetter from Southport Wrestling, Daxton Esslinger, Napoleon Gackle Streeter. That's for 5th place. In Battle of Region 1 for 5th place at 132.
And Lamar gets a takedown right into back points. And the period will end. Lamar has a 5-1 lead.
And mat 10, William Cook has a 4-2 lead in the 3rd period at 132 pounds for 3rd place. Right now, both wrestlers up on their feet in the center of the mat. And down to a minute to go in that 3rd period with William Cook leading 4-2 over Chance Burns from Grafton. And mat number 9 for 7th place, 138, Cooper Breedall and Sawyer Knoll. Knoll now has a 4-2 lead in the 3rd period with 45 seconds remaining.
And 5-1 to the lead for Lamar in the 3rd period, 3rd place match at 130. That match into the final 90 seconds. Lamar trying to get a 3rd place finish at 130 pounds for the Squirrels, who are trying to solidify their spot as 3rd place finishers, or at least top 3 finishers. Her teammate Lois Schneider wrestling for 7th place at 135 against Madison Reams from Bismarck.
And now Burns throws Cook over on his back. He's going to pick up some near fall. Cook had a 6-2 lead. He's going to close out this period with a 5-point move. And he should win this one by a score of 7-6 as time expires here. So Chance Burns wins 3rd place at 132 pounds by decision, 7-6 over William Cook.
And the Mars lead is at 5-1. That is in the 3rd period with 52 seconds left to go in that matchup.
And mat 12, Riker Vetter wrestling Daxton Esslinger. It's a 2-0 lead for Riker Vetter. They're in the second period with 50 seconds remaining. Both wrestlers up on their feet. Esslinger just trying to track down Vetter with his back to the mat.
And Lamar leading 5-1 into the final 30 seconds of that third place match at 130 pounds. Lois Schneider, teammate of Lamar, leading 2-0 over Madison Reams of Bismarck in the second period of the seventh place match at 135. And about 15 seconds left to wrestle, and Lamar on top, another takedown, 7-1, and she needs to ride out these final 10 seconds.
And mat number 10, 138-pound third place match between Corbin Clifton, sophomore, 39-16, Haviland DeLong, Northern Lights, a junior, 40-7. A match just underway on mat number 10.
And Lamar's going to get the win here, 7-1, and she will finish in third place for the Central Cast Squirrels. So a third place finisher for her, for the Squirrels.
And mat 12 going into the third period. Vetter has choice. He chooses bottom. Vetter leads this one by a score of 2-0 over Daxton Esslinger from Napoleon Gacko Streeter. That's the start of the third period with Esslinger in the top position.
Lois Schneider, by the way, a 4-1 lead with 1:10 left to go in the second period. The seventh place match against Madison Reams from Bismarck. Schneider from Central Cass. That is for seventh place at 135 pounds.
And mat number 9, seventh place match between Rocker Aguilar, Tanner Mengi for the Kindred Vikings. That's scoreless at the start of the second period with Mengi in the bottom position. And currently working a sit out against Aguilar. Aguilar goes to a leg ride.
And Lois Schneider from Central Cass will get the pin, and she is the seventh place finisher at 135 pounds. So another place, a place winner for the Central Cass Squirrels as the defending state champions, looking to get a top three finish here. Of course, they'll be wrestling in dual competition coming up tomorrow with the Central Cass girls.
And mat number 12, 132 pounds. It's a 3-0 lead for Vetter. He scores an escape. In the third period, they're down to 55 seconds to go. Esslinger working a front headlock. He has a cradle hooked up. Now chin whips over. Vetter, he's going for the fall. Daxton Esslinger picking up near fall. Vetter, he's going to win by fall and take fifth place for Napoleon Gacko Streeter, just like that. Big chin whip for Esslinger. Pins Vetter. Takes fifth place.
And let's send it over to Chase Miller, Matt side.
Thank you very much, Joel. Grace, congratulations on finishing third place here. Just take us through that final mat and able to finish the season out on top here on the individual side.
Well, it was a lot. I had a lot of, it's been a bad week for me, bad tournament for me, but I just needed to pull through this last match. And headlocks run in the family, so, I mean, I work on this a lot with my dad, so comes in handy.
And now it's able to fit. I saw you just watch your teammate able to finish on a fall as well. What's this weekend been like? Just, so many Central Cass wrestlers having an opportunity to finish on the podium.
It's been really good. We started this week off not very good with the boys, but I'm glad that we're finishing the weekend off with a bunch of girls that are placing and still a few boys that are placing too. So it's been really nice.
And you still have some work to do, obviously, tomorrow as well with the duel. So what's the next 24 hours going to be like for you here, Grace?
It's going to be a lot. I don't think I've wrestled 3 days in a row for a really long time, but it's going to be a lot. But we all have the stamina to do it. We all have the energy to do it. We're all going to be ready and come back tomorrow.
Congratulations on a third place finish. I'll see you tomorrow for the duels.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Joel.
Hi, Chase Miller talking to Grace Lamar, third place finisher for the Central Cass Squirrels girls wrestling team as they're looking an overall third place finish coming their way in this tournament. From Central Cass, Shelby Sherman wrestling over on mat number 5. That is fifth place for 140. Sherman wrestling against Webeline Nakleen from Fargo. That is, again, fifth place at 140. No score there as that one just underway.
A fifth place match on mat number 12, 138 pounds between Lisbon's Carter Wallner taking on Carson Brown. A couple of seniors going at it for fifth place on mat number 12. That's scoreless going into the second period. And Wallner starts in the bottom position. In mat 10 between Corbin Clifton and Haviland DeLong. That's a 2-1 lead for Corbin Clifton. DeLong currently in the top position. Has a leg ride put in, going power half over the top on Clifton. And Rocker Aguilar and Matt 9 has front headlock hooked up now. Able to grab that back ankle of Mengi. Aguilar's up by a score of 5-3 in the third period with 35 seconds remaining. Now doubles up on Mengi, tapes him down to the mat. It works a 2-point takedown. He's up 7-3 with 25 seconds remaining in the third period.
And Shelby Sherman will begin the second period here on top. That is a fifth place match at 140.
And Carter Wallner, he takes a 1-0 lead. Wasn't sure what that 1 point awarded to Wallner was for, but he's takes the leader 1-0 over Carson Brown in the second period at the 55-second mark. So Wallner was awarded 1 point escape. They get a stalemate back to the center of the mat on their feet. Rocker Aguilar will take seventh place. He wins by a 7-4 decision over Tanner Mengi. That was on at number 9, 145 pounds. And Clifton and DeLong still locked in that battle. It's a 3-1 lead for Corbin Clifton against Avalon DeLong Northern Lights. That's for third place, 138 pounds. Wrestlers go out of bounds for a restart back in the center of the mat, starting in that neutral position. Brown in a double leg attempt on Wallner. Wallner down in the scrambles position, trying to do it. Hit that leg pass over the head. Brown trying to take control on top here to close out this second period. He is awarded a 2-point takedown, so he takes a 2-1 lead at the end of the second.
Over on mat number 5, Clean from Fargo, a 3-0 lead over Shelby Sherman from Central Cass. That one going into the third period of the fifth place match at 140 pounds. Squirrels have had quite a few wrestlers wrestle here in this place round on the girls' side of this wrestling tournament. The boys have as well. It's been some good years for the Central Cass Squirrels wrestling programs. Of course, girls winning the state championship last year for the first time. The boys winning both dual champion or both region championships, individual and dual, this last week.
And mat number 10, Mike Nelson, Lisbon Broncos taking on Jaron Frank, 145-pound third place match. So Nelson looking the back, bounce back after that semifinal loss last night against Henry Nelson from Hillsborough Central Valley, wrestling for third place on mat 10.
And Sherman gets an escape and tried to come around for a takedown, and Not Clean was able to stamp her down for 2 more. So Not Clean a 5-1 lead over Sherman from Central Cass. Minute 7 left to wrestle the third period, fifth place match at 140 pounds.
The match between Wallner and Carson Brown. And now Brown scores a 2-point reversal on the edge of the mat. He's up by a score of 4-1. And back to the center for a restart there in the third period with 47 seconds remaining. And Nelson and Frank, they'll go into the second period scoreless. Nelson's choice, he chooses bottom. And Wallner goes on this restart at the 45-second. He's cautioned for a false start. Carson Brown has a 4-1 lead. That's for fifth place on mat number 12.
Final 30 seconds left to go in the third period between Clean from Fargo and Sherman from Central Cass. Fifth place at 140, and Clean on top just needs to ride out.
And Mike Nelson, the first 15 seconds, has a 1-point escape against Jaron Frank. Now working to go behind takedown, gets behind him. Now Frank sits out. Nelson chases him down for a 2-point takedown. He's up 3-0 in the second period at the minute 30 mark. Wallner now it's a 4-2 lead with 22 seconds remaining for Carson Brown. Wallner scores an escape. He has 20 seconds there to hit a takedown. Going into Brown. Brown warned for stalling. 1 point to Wallner. Brown still backing up, backs him out of bounds. So 11 seconds here for Carter Wallner to hit a takedown. He's down 4-3 to Carson Brown. Wallner going into Brown again. Brown backs up off the mat. Final 5 seconds. Wallner into Brown takes him out. Now Warren for stalling again. 1 point to Wallner. Wallner ties it up with 3 seconds to go. The Pembina County North crowd is not happy. The time expires. We're going into overtime. Sudden victory overtime between Wallner and Brown on mat 12.
Mat number 5, fifth place match at 145. Cheyenne Helen from Central Cass. Trisha Schroeder from Carrington wrestling there for 5th place at 145. Look over on mat number 10. Mike Nelson, a 3-0 lead over Jaron Frank from Hettinger Scranton. That's 3rd place at 145. Final 7 seconds of the second period. Nelson looking to get a turn and get a fall to close out that period.
And Brown and Wallner in a scramble here. Brown looks like he's trying to get around the backside of Wallner here for this takedown. Wallner has his ankles tied up. No points awarded here. 22 seconds to go.
Third period beginning over on this 3rd place match, by the way, between Nelson and Frank. Nelson leads 3-0.
And Carson Brown picks up a pin there, elevates the legs of Carter Wallner, so he will take 5th place at 138 pounds. And mat number 9, Tucker Bombach, Mason Schumeyer. Bombach has a 3-0 lead in the 3rd period with 53 seconds to go. That's for 7th place at 152. And Mike Nelson maintaining that 5-0 lead on mat number 10 over Jaron Frank. Frank in on a single leg shot on Nelson. Nelson sprawls out. Takes Frank down, hip down on the mat. Oh, Nelson looking for an inside cradle on Frank. Now gets his 2-point takedown. He's up 7-0.
Mat number 5, Cheyenne Helen from Central Cass. Tresor Schroeder from Carrington. 1-0. Schroeder scores the escape there in the second period at 145-pound 5th place match.
Nelson with this 7-point lead, 7-0 against Frank. That's at the 42nd mark. Now Nelson goes crossface on Frank, trying to get it turned over and pick up an extra point here for the Lisbon Broncos. Right now with a 7-point lead. Now down to 22nd. Nelson has Frank on his hip, steps through, Turks the leg. Frank able to get back, belly down. As time runs out here, Mike Nelson will take 3rd place. Wrestlers go out of bounds here for a restart. Nelson has that 7-point lead.
Mat number 5, second period, 15 seconds left. Trisha Schroeder from Carrington 1. Cheyenne Helen from Central Cass 0. That's the 145-pound 5th place match.
And mat 12 for 145-pound 5th place for Class B boys. Riley Dahl wrestling Carson Glazeman. That goes scoreless into the second period. As Glazeman will be in the bottom position. And wrestling for 7th place, Cole Stock, Southward Mustang, taking on Kate Olson Tinglestead over on mat number 9, 160 pounds. That match just underway, the 32nd mark in that first period. And Mike Nelson will win by decision 7-0. It takes 3rd place for Lisbon Broncos on mat 10 at 145 pounds.
Another 3rd place finisher for the Broncos. Back over to mat number 5. Schroeder from Carrington, a 1-0 lead over Helen from Central Cass. They are in the 3rd period, 30 seconds in. That is a 5th place match at 145 pounds.
Coming up, Ty Wolding wrestling Kale Eibach. That's for 5th place or 3rd place at 152 pounds. That match just underway on mat 10. Wolding in on a single leg right away on Eibach. Eibach, it locks up around the waist of Wolding, just trying to get a stalemate out of this double leg attempt for a shot.
Joining us now, guys, Mike Nelson from the Lisbon Broncos, finishing third, as you mentioned just moments ago. Brent at 145 pounds. Mike, just take us through that match to finish third place here at the state tournament.
The key was just being patient, letting things come to me. I've had problems in the past, just trying to force a pin or force a turn. Big thing is just let the points come to me, stay comfortable out there, just be ready for whatever they throw at me.
And what does it mean for you to finish on a podium in top 3 here at state in your weight class?
Finishing any place at state it's special. It's been a lot of adversity this year, and just feels good to get a little bit of a reward. It wasn't what I was looking for, but I'm happy it ended on a win.
Take us through the next 24 hours. Obviously, you got some teammates still finishing off their place masters and a couple with championships tonight. Then you get ready for the duels. So what's the next 24 hours for a wrestler here, Mike?
Getting our mind ready for tomorrow for the duels, setting up lineups, just making sure our head's ready for tomorrow. We're not done yet. We got a long ways to go.
Mike, thanks so much for your time and congratulations on a third place finish.
Thank you.
That again, Mike Nelson from Lisbon. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Chase. Trish Schroeder from Carrington will score a late takedown. She defeats Cheyenne Helen 3-1 from Central Cass. That's the 5th place match at 145 pounds. So that will be a final. Cheyenne Helen will finish 6th at 145 for the Central Cass Squirrels.
And that 1,245-pound Class B boys 5th place match. It's Riley Dahl, Carson Glaseman locked in a battle with 15 seconds remaining in the second period. It's a 4-3 lead for Glaseman. Glaseman currently in on a single leg attempt on Riley Dahl. They go out to the edge of the mat for a restart with 6 seconds to go. And Matt 10, that match between New Salem Holsteins, Ty Wolding and Kale Eibach. Eibach now has a 3-1 lead. They're in the second period at the minute 20 mark. Both wrestlers currently in the center of the mat. Now Wolding locks up on a collar tie at the minute 14 mark with that 3-1 lead for Eibach for third place. And Matt 9, Kate Olson Tinglestead. He starts the third period. He's down by 1 point to Cole Stock from South Border Mustangs. Olson Tinglestead starts in the top position of this third period with Stock. Hits a stand up at the minute 50 mark, trying to get those hips clear. Now scores a 1 point escape. He's up by a score of 3-1.
We have overtime number 2 over on mat number 4, third place for 140. Hannah Ryberg from Bismarck Legacy, Victoria Pastors from Delax Burlington. No score between those two over there. And they will go into another overtime. And now they're going to go into blood time. I don't believe it's riding time quite yet over there. They were in Southern Decision. But a stoppage over there, Bank North timeout at mat number 4.
Match for 5th place at 145 on mat 12 between Dahl and Glaseman. That's now tied up in the third period. Glaseman on another single leg now gets behind Dahl. Dahl goes off the edge of the mat. We got a stall warning and then a 1 point awarded to Glaseman. So Dahl goes running off the edge of the mat with Glaseman behind him. It's a stall warning for fleeing the mat. So Glaseman goes up 5-4 on the restart back in the center in the third period.
Mat number 8, 7th place match at 145. Summer Hannah, Bismarck Legacy, Aubrey King from Fargo, all tied up at 8. And that is going to be sudden decision overtime for 7th place at 145 for the girls.
Kate Olson Tinglestead, Cole Stock, still a 3-1 lead with 42 seconds remaining in that third period. That's for 7th place, 160 pounds. Now, on mat number 12, now Glaseman warned for stalling. But Glaseman still with that 5-4 lead in the third period with 30 seconds to go.
And Summer Hannah from Bismarck Legacy will get a takedown and a near fall points in sudden decision overtime. So Hannah gets the win 13-8. She is the 7th place finisher at 145. Overtime number 3 now on mat number 4, third place for 140. Victoria Pastors from Delax Burlington against Hannah Ryberg from Bismarck Legacy.
Final 10 seconds to the third period between Kate Olson's Tinglestead and Cole Stock. Tinglestead goes into Stock. Stock backs out of bounds. Time expires here, so Cole Stock will take 7th place at 160 pounds on mat 9. And on mat 12, that is Carson Glazeman, winner by decision, 7-5 over Riley Dahl. He takes 5th place for the South Border Mustangs. And mat number 10, still a 5-1 lead for Ibach of Deslax Burlington over Ty Wolding of New Salem. That's in the 3rd period with 35 seconds remaining. Both wrestlers on their feet, head towards the center of the mat, working collar ties and underhooks.
And the 3rd place match at 145 underway on mat number 4. McKenna Belling from Northern Cass, Aubrey Overson from Bismarck. And that's 3rd place at 145 pounds.
And mat 12, 152, 5th place match between Kale Kovar and Emery Knoll. It's a 2-1 lead for Emery Knoll. Knoll picks up a 2-point takedown. Kovar quickly away, now doubles up. Knoll takes him out of bounds. The wrestler's called out of bounds, no change of position. So a 2-1 lead in the 1st period for Emery Knoll. 5th place, 152.
And McKenna Belling will get a takedown and has a 2-0 lead and puts the Nelson in on Overson. And the 1st period of that Wrestleback, or excuse me, 3rd place match is at an end. McKenna Belling a 2-0 lead for the Northern Cass Jaguars, their lone competitor in this girls tournament.
I think Kale Ibach wins by decision 5-4 over Ty Wolding, New Salem Almont. So he takes 3rd place at 160 pounds for the Deslax Burlington.
And Belling had the decision to begin the 2nd period. Opts for neutral position, gets another takedown, and immediately into back points.
Now up on mat 10, 160-pound 3rd place match between Brock Norton, New Salem Almont, Drew Zwack for the Minot Bishop Bryan. And that is match just underway. First 15 seconds, it's scoreless between Norton and Zwack. In 7th place on mat number 9, Stone Thornton has a 2-0 lead over Gavin Enwich.
And McKenna Belling will get the fall over Aubrey Overson from Bismarck, the Northern Cass Jaguar wrestler, finishing 3rd place at 145 pounds. That is her 20th win on the season. She goes 20-2, and she is the 3rd place finisher for the Jaguars.
And now Stone Thornton with that 4-0 lead over Gavin Enwich from New Salem Almont. That's for 7th place, 170 pounds. Here currently, Stone Thornton trying to tilt over Enwich here on this near side of the mat. Down to a minute 12 to go in the 2nd period with Thornton on top 4-0.
And Jordan Flynn will wrestle for 3rd place for the Central Cass Squirrels against Ariana Aguilar from Minot. That's 3rd place at 155 pounds.
And Joel will join us now from Northern Cass. McKenna Belling, as you mentioned, finishing 20-2 on the season, able to finish with a pin here and finish for 3rd place. So McKenna, just take us through that move and able to finish off the season here on a 9-0 and on a pin.
It started out really good, and I was struggling a little bit at the end of the season, and I struggled yesterday, and I came back, and I just was ready to win it and get it done and over with.
What does it mean to represent Northern Cass here, girls wrestling, and finish, on the podium and finish as top 3 in the state?
It means the world to me. It's the first year we've ever had a program, and it shows even wrestling in general as a girl, just to show other girls and everything that you can be powerful. It's pretty great.
And then moving forward, do you feel like you're going to get more teammates, so to speak, on the girls wrestling program moving forward up in Hunter and Arthur and Northern Cass?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we already have started getting girls more and more. So.
And last thing, if someone asks you, why do you wrestle? What would be a reason you would say, and why should someone go out for wrestling that might be contemplating it from the girls' side?
I'd say you look pretty bad. It's just, you're tough. It really, if you're ever struggling mentally, it pushes you and it teaches you a lesson in life, and it just makes you really push and strive for what you want in life.
Hey, McKenna, thanks so much for your time, and congratulations on a top 3 finish.
Thank you.
Back to you, Joel.
All right, thanks, Chase. McKenna Belling, a 3rd place finisher for the Northern Cass Jaguars, their lone girl wrestling here in this tournament.
And mat number 10, Drew Zwack has a 1-0 lead over Brock Norton. They're in the 2nd period, under 50 seconds to go. Currently up on their feet with Norton. Now working over-unders on Drew Zwack, trying to drag him down to the mat. And on mat number 9, Stone Thornton now goes down by 1 point. They're in the third period. He's down 5-4 to Gavin Enwich from New Salem Almont. And Thornton trying to tilt over Enwich. Now gets her back around behind him for a 2-point takedown. So Thornton grabs the lead back. He's up 6-5. That's for 7th place at 170 pounds on mat 9.
Aguilar will get a takedown over Jordan Flynn as they're into the final minute of the second period. That's the third place match at 155. That is the last match. Talk about time flying. That is the last match for the girls' competition of this place round. And Aguilar trying to get a turn on Flynn and able to stay in bounds, what I think is the most impressive part of that. Able to stay in bounds as Flynn's trying to fight it off here in the final 30 seconds of the second period and not get pinned.
And mat number 10, Zwack at Norton going to the third period with a 1-0 lead. Zwack leads 1-0. Norton chooses the bottom position to start this third period, 160-pound third place match. And Thornton now has Enwich over on his back, working for the fall. Picks up 3 near fall, so he goes up now 9-5 on Gavin Enwich. Enwich 1-point escape at the 22nd mark remaining in the third period. 9-6 lead for Stone Thornton from Central Cass.
Ariana Aguilar will pin Jordan Flynn from Central Cass in the second period. Aguilar will finish third, Flynn fourth at 155 pounds, and that is it for the placing round for the State Girls Wrestling Tournament. So that is it for the placing round. Going into the championship right now, Bismarck, Minot, and Central Cass all looking for top 3 finishes overall.
And your final on mat number 9, Stone Thornton wins by 11-7 decision, takes 7th place for the Central Cass Squirrels. A junior gets it done. He'll be your 7th place finisher at 170 pounds.
And we're going to take a break here in this placing round. We'll come back with more on yourliveevent.com.
To know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
The Halstead Living Center, Heritage House in Halstead, and the Normandy in Twin Valley present an atmosphere that is calm and comfortable. Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, they offer a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care, including senior living with services, skilled nursing care, rehabilitation care, respite, hospice, or adult day care. Get more information by going to halsteadlivingcenter.com or call 218-456-2105.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned and farmers first.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Don't let the flu get you down. Fight the flu with a shot of prevention. Stop at Hillsborough Drug and get your flu shot today. No appointment is necessary. Shingle shots are also available. And don't forget your other pharmacy and healthcare needs at Hillsborough Drug. Over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items as well. For your convenience, Hillsborough Drug offers mail-out service and delivery of your prescriptions. Check out the gift items for all occasions, too. Hillsborough Drug is a locally owned pharmacy and proud to serve the area. They thank you for trusting them with your business at Hillsborough Drug.
Folks, it's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olson Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to the teams competing in today's game, and go Patriots!
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
And welcome back to the placing rounds of the state wrestling tournament on yourliveevent.com. And it's winter right now, but start getting ready for the best 10 days this summer at the Red River Valley Fair, July 7th through 16th. Grandstand entertainment includes Dan and Shay, Shinedown, Jelly Roll, and Leonard Skinner. Tickets on sale now. Buy your tickets in advance online and save money at the redrivervalleyfair.com or get admission included with concert tickets bought in advance. For more information, that is redrivervalleyfair.com. And we're into our final few matches of the place round. The girls' match is already wrapping up. The boys' side right now, we have our place matches happening here, going on between mats 9, 10, and 12. And mat number 10, Josh Meal from Oaks against Cole Henderson from Northern Lights. And Henderson, the 2-0 lead of less than a minute left in the second period of that 170-pound third place match.
Yeah, mat number 12, 175th place match. Landon Schumacher from Region 1, Lytton HMB, wrestling DeAndre Anderson, Kenmare Bullbells. Anderson has an 8-1 lead. And that's in the third period at the minute 29 mark.
Down to 2 matches for the placing round. Class A, still 3 mats going, but that won't be for much longer. .20 seconds to go in the second period. Henderson on top of Meal. Meal, the junior, 33-12 on the season. Henderson, 40-10 for Northern Lights.
Yeah, Anderson's going to throw Schumacher to his back and score some near fall at the minute mark. Well, Schumacher able to get back up momentarily, but Anderson throws him back down. Under a minute to go.
And second period will end. Josh Meal from Oaks will go into the final period down 2-0 from Cole Henderson from Northern Lights. Again, this is third place for 170 pounds.
And Schumacher scores a 2-point reversal, so it's an 11-3 lead for DeAndre Anderson. That's in the third period with 25 seconds to go. Currently, Schumacher's on top, Anderson on his belly, now warned for stalling.
And Meal on top to begin this third period has a cradle trying to get a turn on Henderson and comes over the top. Henderson trying to get a reversal. Now Meal will tighten it up a little bit and he will try again on that inside cradle. Minute and a half, less than a minute and a half left to wrestle here in the third period.
DeAndre Anderson, Kimmer Bulldogs wins by decision 11-3, or major decision 11-3 over Landon Schumacher from Linton HMB. That's your fifth place winner at 170 pounds, DeAndre Anderson from Kenmare Bulldogs.
Approaching the final minute of this match. And they're going to say the wrestlers come out of bounds as they were on the edge of the mat. So a restart with Josh Meal on top here, down 2-0.
Mat number 12, fifth place match between South Borders Herman Kalk, a senior, 24-18. Trey Bombach, a sophomore from Stanley, 28-14. That match just underway. That's for fifth place on mat 12.
Results at 160 pounds for fifth place finishers.
40 seconds to go, and Meal trying to put in a pinning combination here against Henderson. 30 seconds to go. Meal down 2-0.
Results at 160. Here represents Bishop Ryan.
And a nice job fighting on the bottom position for Henderson. 20 seconds to go. Meal trying to get a turn, and we're going to stop. I don't know if it's going to be a stalemate or potentially dangerous. Looking like a stalemate.
No.
In final 7 seconds of this first period, still scoreless between Herman Kalk from Southport or Trey Bombach. Wrestlers still up on their feet in the center of the mat.
And up on his feet was Henderson, brought back down by Meal. Meal needing a big turn here with 4 seconds to go. And he will try again, runs out of time. And it's Cole Henderson from Northern Lights, the 2-0 win over Josh Meal. So Henderson third at 170. Meal will finish fourth for the Oaks Tornadoes wrestling team. I believe now that will bring our final match, besides the one underway, will be our final match in the placing round here in the Class B tournament.
Yeah, Herman Koch, Trey Bombach still going at it. Bombach has a cradle locked up on Herman Koch, and now it gives a 2-point reversal. So Bombach goes up 2-0 with that cradle locked up. And Herman Koch able to power out of that, get some hand control. Head down, currently down in the mat this second period at the minute 25 mark.
And it will be Tristan Pekas from Hettinger Scranton against Jackson Holter from Kenmere Bull Bells. And Pekas right away will get a takedown. Leads 2-0, trying to get a pin here at the edge of the mat with 30 seconds left to go. And he will get it, and it's a win. Tristan Pekas is the third place finisher at 182 for Hettinger Scranton. Jackson Holter from Kenmere Bull Bells will finish in fourth.
And mat number 12, 182 pounds, that fifth place match between Trey Bombach and Herman Koch. Koch earns a 1-point escape. It's a 2-1 lead for Bombach with 55 seconds remaining. in the second period. Wrestlers tied up now in the center mat, working collar ties and some hand control. Now down to 35 seconds in the second period. Still 2-1 lead for Trey Bombach over Herman Koch. Now Bombach shoots in a double leg, kind of in this forklift position. He elevates the legs. Now just trying to turn around, go through the back door. Down to 15 seconds here to try to secure this takedown. And Bombach still fighting. Koch's down on the hip. Down to 2 seconds. And that'll do it for the second period. Going into the third, it's a 2-1 lead for Trey Bombach over Herman Koch. 182-pound fifth place match. Be the final match on the Class B side in the placing rounds. And now down to minute 40 to go. Still 2-1 lead for Bombach. He's on the top position. He has Koch turked over, picking up near fall. He's going to try to stretch out and just wear down Herman Koch now and work for this fall. That's on Matt. Matt number 12. So now Bombach goes up 5-1 at the minute 15 mark in the third period.
Final points going into the championship round on the girls' side. Bismarck 183, Minot 169, Central Cass 144, Bismarck Legacy 128, and Fargo 89. Class A side, it's Bismarck 162.5, Williston 145, Century 141, West Fargo 126.
Bombach here has Koch turned back over, has a head and arm up over the top. Down to 40 seconds to go. He's going to pick up some more near fall. Now just trying to go heavy on those shoulders. Koch, shoulders go flat to the mat. So Trey Bombach is your winner. 182 pounds, takes fifth place for the Stanley Blue Jays.
So there we go. That is it for the placing round. Championship round. We'll begin with the introductions at 3 o'clock. Matches will begin at 3:30. We'll have a separate stream for that coming up right here on yourliveevent.com. But through the placing round, here's the team points for Class B. New Salem Almont 181, Lisbon 158, South Border 144, Velva 103. That will do it here for the placing round of the Class B State Wrestling Tournament. Again, a link for the championship round. You can find that later on here, beginning around, we will start our coverage sometime around 3:30. We'll start after the introductions, only because the introductions are just so incredibly loud here that we'll wait until after those introductions to really get rolling on things in our matches here on yourliveevent.com. But thanks for joining us.